Is this live? I think we are.
Are we?
What is going on, folks? What is going on? If anybody's in here yet, that would be crazy fast.
Let's see. 376 on our last one.
Pretty damn good. Dude, we crushed that pot.
It's because David.
Yeah,
David's fucking shirt was off. Honestly, and we had a nice break from Dennis O'Connor.
No Ben either.
All right. We might not see Ben for a while after these next couple of days.
I don't know. There's a few captains I'm worried about, sir. I don't know. It seemed like there were a lot of unhappy captains last night. I didn't get a sense that anybody from last night's locals experience, dude. I don't know if anyone there was happy at the end of the night.
I won't say anything that's going to get me in trouble, even though I might as well should. Do we not? I don't think we get the chat here.
Oh, that's a shame.
Let's see.
That would be cool. We'll just have to keep it on our phones.
Connecting to live chat.
This is the first time we're doing a draft from this location. We're in an undisclosed location. Secretive, hard to find.
The new dungeon.
The new dungeon.
Okay, there we go. Boo.
Here we go.
What are we booing?
Boo, that we were late. We're late because of Pez and Pez alone, and he's still not here.
And he is not.
So, I don't know what to tell you. How's your day been?
I'm saying boo because I'm not going to say anything that gets me in trouble, I would assume.
I think you'll get yourself in trouble in due time.
Just give me a couple minutes.
Correct.
Happy Draft Eve. Daniel. Text your brother. He needs some words of encouragement.
Yes, Daniel, please help Seth. He needs all the help. I did a mock draft with Seth earlier. He got on the clock around, I don't know, 2:30. And at 2:55, he was between like 6 guys. So, Daniel, please send help. Seth needs you. It was a while. It took for one pick. It took a while.
Frank the Tank, is that Ermel?
I would hope so. We're going Barstool famous.
Let me tell you, every opinion that Frank Ermel had today, I couldn't have disagreed with more. Like, if you could have made a list of the worst takes I think you could have, Frank Ermel had them all this morning, and I think he just stopped texting me. I think
care to share?
No.
Frank, share one, Frank. Come on.
He thinks objectively Baiko's in a great position, which Baiko's in the literal worst position. He doesn't get a 1, he doesn't get a 2, and he's barely a 3. I just went to his 40th birthday party. The 80-year-old aunt he was standing next to had more hair and looked more spry. Like, he's essentially fucked.
That's unbelievable.
Biker better off as a 3.
I see.
In a vacuum, yes. Then better off a 3 than a 2.
Oh, sir, what's going on?
We're gonna have guests popping in and out here. Heartbroken. See, Baiko is heartbroken. The board finally did something nice for Justin Baikovsky, and fate just
said no.
Just said no. We don't give a fuck. It's your birthday.
Blame Joe Mamone.
He missed 7 calls in the Knicks game last night because he was having a fucking heart attack.
He should have called out of work. It's karma. Like Pez just screamed from the other room. Blame Joe Momo. So you gotta blame Joe, but you gotta blame Baiko for not. Thursday's the most important day of softball. Not the draft, not opening day. The Thursday ball selection is most important. Gotta burn an excuse at work for that. Come on.
I think. Who picked the worst ball, Baiko or Conti? Or Carroll?
Or Carroll. Carroll got...
Or Toronto. It's all... what I think happened with Joe, and I'll say this off the record. On the record, off the record.
Correct. And whoever's listening, please stop listening to what Dom's about to say.
I went over to Joe's house recently, and he had redone his entire basement. Mm-hmm. And I think as a way to not get us to focus on that, he was like, I can't pick this ball for Conti and it'd be a 3. It needs to be. For Baiko, it needs to be 18. Correct. Right.
So the draft order, they slotted guys this year, and there was an email that went out that I saw about how they were slotted some captains. So Tom was first half, 1 through 6. Toronto was 1 through 6.
I will say, I understand how probability and math works because Tom and Toronto did a coin flip to see who picked out of the road first.
Yeah.
Tom won the flip and had to pick first.
And still picked one.
I would have liked the choice of going first or second, or Tom, I should say, the royal Tom. And that's just me arguing.
Did you pick the ball for him?
I did. That's just me arguing against Matt. I got Tom the pick I wanted him to have.
Of course. Selfishly, so you could be on his team.
And I think Tom, you know how like when Ben sends you a college basketball pick, you fade it?
Of course.
I think Tom assumed that I would never get so lucky as to pick the ball that I wanted him to have. I would pick the worst one for me and best one for him. So his reverse did not work out. You gonna come in?
What if you to finish the?
Come on in.
You're thinking that I was gonna come in.
Come join, sir. This is the most comfortable couch I've ever sat on. It's
Trust me.
unreal.
I've been here numerous times.
What's going on?
2 inches. Take it or leave it, folks.
That's why I have to show
I
my
would like
part.
to take it. Dennis O'Connor might like to take it as well.
Oh.
Anthony DeMarco, let me tell you, there are 3 of the best days of his life. And one is today, and second and third are the birth of his children. Everyone is all over. Everyone's all over Anthony DeMarco.
Oh, he's the hot topic.
Basically, it's like, who's the first loser that doesn't get Cole and Tino gets
Who gets DeMarco?
And he
supposedly
has done an incredible spin zone because he's like on the most wanted player in this draft. This is like Glenn Marone's like, I'm the best pick in the draft. Everyone's calling me. I'm like, they're returning your calls. Like, it's not the same thing.
Well, Glenn might have the best spot because he's going to get one of like the top elite players guaranteed, and then get an awesome too.
But this is how Woody Woodpecker works.
Always
sitting still.
You think he takes St. Armida?
No, he's gonna take Jeremy.
I would imagine.
Who?
I would imagine. It seems as if Jeremy Passer might fall.
You think Jeremy Passer falls to the 9 pick?
Yes.
Wow.
That's what Dom Schefter's here.
This is
breaking news report.
From what I'm hearing, second round, that guy Gaglio might be going to Pulser. They used to play together in Manalapan. They know each other.
Pulser's not a guy that has a lot of information leak out of his camp. So.
Yeah. How are you hearing this?
This was leaked out. This was leaked out to somebody else. Leaked out to me
yesterday.
It's.
Listen, when you show up with 2 inches, there's going to be a little leakage. I get it.
A lot of leakage. A lot of leakage.
Yeah, I mean, interesting because Gaglio went from probably one of the more disappointing tryouts. Then he had the great interview, and then he had incredible fucking.
You looked awesome.
Oh my god!
I was spot on with him after the game. Couldn't be more proud of myself.
Yeah.
When I was like, this guy.
I heard he
showed up and he was just
nice line
the
drives.
best player by far.
Right. We just
had nice line drives all over, hustling, just turning them into doubles.
You can see
that short.
You can see he's a guy that's gonna hustle. You can see it.
Oh yeah.
He
doesn't know how to not hustle.
Yeah. He's the opposite of me. Because I'm going to hit a ball in the gap, and I'm going to do the big poppy where I'm walking to first and undoing my batting gloves as I'm getting to first.
You're calling for a runner as you're walking
as I'm
first.
there. I go. Are you a runner?
Outfielders are running away from the ball. He's got an easy stand-up triple, and he's on his way to the
I'm like stopping at 2. Need a runner. Somebody get out here.
That's the Matt Hill.
That's the Matt Hill. Where do you think he goes? Do you think he's in the first round this year? Look, let me ask you 2 questions in one. Is he going to get drafted in the first round? And should he be taken in the first round?
I would say no and no.
Wow.
In this draft.
No and no in this draft. Care to elaborate?
I want to hear what Pez has to say.
I mean, if you go by last year's numbers, he was going through some stuff. Numbers are different. But you get the Matt Hill, he's batting .650 and gives you 5-6 home runs.
Winning the home run derby.
You're telling me he's not. Now, mind you, everybody shits on his defense. The guy's very good defensively. He's very sound. He's not going to make the oh my god play, but he makes the plays that are in his vicinity. He throws a nice ball to first. He can play third. He can play second. Do I think
he can play shortstop?
He could fill in. So here's my question. It's the same thing as people like, oh, Lucas Proust could play short if we need him to this year. Or Matt Manacchio. I love Matt. Matt's arms, it's Joe Mamone in the outfield, but in the infield, it's a rainbow. So if Marty hits the ball in the hole, yes, Matt's going to backhand it, but the ball's going to be in the air and Marty's going to be at second base. So, wow.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't.
Good question, David.
I actually do, because I think Gaglio will be a great outfielder.
Really?
I think you could put him in any center position, that guy.
And the way he's going to hit the ball, he's going to hit in the high 500s the way he hits the ball. So, like, that's still really good value, too.
So let me ask you a question. Your bike.
I think Matt Hill goes in the first round, the last couple picks. Remember, Conti's 17. Conti's already a shortstop. Conti now is a...
Conti's a third baseman.
But Matt Hill plays third base. Conti plays short. He gets Menacchio at 4 to play second, and Joe to play the outfield, and he gets his boy Nichols at 6 or 7. Danny can play the outfield also. He gets Nichols at 7.
I think they've ran that team before, and
not great.
They went to the semifinals.
How do you not take? Yeah. How do you not take the Caputos if you're Conti?
Easy. You take anybody else.
Because if you,
he could benefit from like
Let me
the
tell you.
Krasinskis.
Do we?
Yes, especially with them being bumped to 4 and 8 now. Big difference.
No, 9. Seniors
4,
and 9.
That's
Seniors
crazy.
and 9. Seniors and 9 is so fantastic.
So yeah, why
He's a
not?
lefty. He can
Because
pull the ball.
Conti plays
First
short.
base.
Junior plays left center.
When Conti inevitably takes Greg DeLuise again, who pays for his wife's therapy?
Which what? Who's what?
Conti's
wife.
She's the innocent bystander in all this.
Nah, it's not. Listen, and this is no, it won't be like that.
What do you mean?
Nikki is a different person. Nikki DeLuise is a completely different person. He's happy now.
You could find no bigger fan of Nicky DeLuise than Tom DeFalco.
I lie. That's a lie.
Yeah.
Nick DeLuise.
I was about to say that.
All right, maybe
Nick DeLuise is a bigger fan of Nick DeLuise than Tom DeFalco. And maybe Eric Rosenstock. Eric Rosenstock loves Nicky. But listen, I saw Nicky the last couple times. He's a different person. He seems happy. Again, you're getting a 5 who can bat 550 with power. That is insane. That is insane. You're getting a 2-hitter as a 5. Yes, Nicky doesn't really have a position. Put him at second. I think Nicky should play third. He doesn't want to. But if Nicky was like, you know what, I'll play third, Nicky should go in the 3rd round, 4th round.
You're arguing against yourself.
No, I'm not.
You kind of are, though.
No. I think it's not going to cause an issue because Nicky's not going to be
top 18.
Name the 17, and I'll give you 12 more after. He is not a top 18 bat in this draft. He would not be rated a 5 if he was. Top 18 is drastic.
He batted what, 550 last year?
He is not, I will see, he is not the 90 whatever best player.
He's not a 5.
No.
He is a better player than Kevin Klaschinski
at 4.
At 4.
Agreed.
No, just straight up. I put rounds aside. Nick DeLuise is better than Kevin Klaschinski.
Yes.
And they're a full round apart.
We
in the
won't,
ratings.
I would never argue that. That's
Right.
not what I'm arguing.
It's also, what are
I'm
we
arguing the
about?
merit of the team structure, knowing that you have to play Nicky at a premium position all season.
You don't.
You do.
You don't. If Nicky if Nicky was a Nicky of last year, where he has a head case, I gotta play here, I gotta play middle outfielder, I gotta do this. Nicky's a completely different person. It could be the girlfriend, it could be the job, he's happier. If Nicky sits there and Conti talks to him, and Conti goes, listen, you're playing left field or third base. Nicky can play those positions, and you're getting a 5 that can play those positions, and on top of that, is gonna hit like a 2.
Personally, I agree with you, but it doesn't make for good television. So I say you're crazy. Why would you do the same thing again?
I mean, I agree in that standpoint from Conti. And I feel like every time...
This is my hill in the first round, because if you're Justin Bykowski, and you're the last 3, sure, you have the 13th 2, can you afford to take Matt 1? And he did it last year because Matt just came off of a 650 plus year. And yeah, personal stuff, like Matt, again, Matt's a guy I would take as a personal friend. I would bet on Matt Hill 7 out of 7.
He batted what, 570? And everybody's like, oh my God.
Yes, but how do you turn down Gaglio, who's going to hit 500 and play the most important position in the entire league? It's hard, right?
I have a question
You
about.
I think a lot of those others have shortstops. I don't sit there. You don't know if Gaglio's gonna bat 500. You hope he does. And listen,
Yeah, I think you have a good idea.
but if you're telling me you get Matt Hill, who's gonna bat over 600, and you can still get a shortstop at 2, you get Foster at 2. Foster's gonna be there. Foster's very good
He
defensively.
will be there at 2. But then Baiko has to look at it like he's the 2 again and Foster's the 3.
Okay,
Well,
but
that's
Baiko
fine.
can be the 2.
But Baiko he'll bat 500 all day. I agree, Beck. But I'm saying,
I get what you're saying. When
You're
you're
drafting
saying
him with no
you're taking
He's
Gaglio.
got-
You're
Gaglio's
taking
like-
Gaglio to
like
play.
Gaglio and maybe Leonardi.
You're
If
playing.
we're talking Matt Hill dropping, or the Caputo's
So
dropping,
who's protecting
or
Sean?
BK dropping.
Who's protecting
You don't-
Sean?
Who the fuck? Who's protecting Matt Hill?
I actually think Gaglio protects Sean.
I don't think
If
Gaglio's number
you're
4.
Baiko and you get Gaglio and you get Sean Leonardi in the late 2, then you have Baiko, Sean. Baiko's probably going to be on first base. You're going to walk Sean, set up first and second for a guy who's going to hit an RBI single and set up, or double, and set up second and third.
I gotta tell you, David.
That's not a fun top 3 to go through.
I think if DeRosa lasts 6 picks into the 3rd round, that is great value. He's fighting for his life in that early 3rd round. I think Gaglio is a little bit better as a quintessential shortstop than DeRosa is. What's great about DeRosa is like a jackknife. You can put him shortstop, second base, left center, right center, whatever you want. A little bit different than Gaglio. I have Gaglio rated ahead of DeRosa.
Gaglio is the top rookie. Yes, easily.
Aside
DeRosa,
from Anthony DeMarco.
they're not.
He's not
Him and
a
Hess are
rookie.
not.
Yeah, nice.
He's not a
But
rookie.
yes, Gaglio
King
is
Tubman
the,
was
is the
rookie.
true best new guy for the league.
Yes.
He's the only one that should be considered in the first round,
Or
and
early
he
two.
will go in the second
I
round.
think
And
he's
might be
an early in the 2.
he might be
First
the
round
only
is crazy.
rookie to go in the 2. And then you have some of these other guys like a Sarah who looked great in the rookie game.
I have him a little bit after DeRosa, so on that route.
in that
As a
that
3,
early 3 area.
you give him the 3, and everyone you talk to says he's a 5.
I did not say.
I have heard
I
a
didn't
lot
say
of-
I have him as a 3. I said
You have him as after DeRosa. All right.
Right.
But
I've heard a
he's,
lot of crazy things.
he's
like
not
some
a
of these
shortstop.
rookies, like up and down. Some people have some wildly different opinions on some of these.
You
rookies.
can't trust everything you hear.
how
from
did
everybody.
Greenspan's son look at this?
Didn't play, and
Yeah.
that is the biggest
He didn't play in the
fuck
rookie
ever.
season.
He was
Wow.
not.
That's bad.
He's missing a bunch of the early
Early
season
games.
because he's still in school. That's why he missed the game. And like he's one of like the most intriguing players because he's this 20-year-old kid who looked very athletic.
Upside.
And it looked
He when he was in that, he was like, this kid's maybe a little bit raw softball. He's 20 years old, but you could see he's very talented and he had a good swing.
yes.
And then he don't see him
violent hands. That's what
Yeah,
in that hospital bed on morphine. I was like, this guy's hands are fucking.
like
Crazy.
if you see him playing the game, he probably could have put himself in a position to win it too.
Yes.
Right.
He could have showed you that he's
He had
not
a
as
bad
good as he tried to
fielding.
look.
He had a bad fielding, but I think that was more of just nerves.
He had his.
Look how bad Gaglio looked too, though.
I actually
right?
said
Like,
this to someone earlier. Like
I thought Gaglin. Listen, when I watched Gaglin, I watched tryouts, and again, only because I've been doing it, watching tryouts now for 7 years, just from whatever. I don't look at the fielding of the ball. I look at the footwork,
yes,
the
Greenspan had
movements.
that.
Like Gaglio's, I could tell at tryouts the guy could play shortstop. His
Yes, but
footwork
imagine
was
he
phenomenal.
if he doesn't show up to that rookie game, are we still talking about him end of 1 early 2?
So no,
No,
but
absolutely.
but I would still say he's a shortstop because his footwork.
Right.
Like we had a guy, an MVP. Everybody's like, oh, he's a second baseman. He's a 4, and there was a ground ball up the middle, and his first step was back and to the right to get to the ball at second base. And I said, that guy's a shortstop and he's a 1.
Mhm.
What are we even debating about this?
Yeah.
Like footwork and glove work
Where do you end up
is
going?
more important, and they're going 1, and he's phenomenal. Ricky Sabatino.
And this is
Oh
why-
yeah,
this
yeah.
is why the
Ricky's
value is
fantastic.
Like-
love and footwork. All the
Yes.
all the
Yeah, Ricky's
But
fantastic.
they were saying he's a late 3, early 4.
Nah.
And I'm like, dude, this guy can. It's his footwork to the ball is amazing. Like you could see it.
I
You can
I
see
love
it.
Dan Jasinski's lighting up this board, honestly. I don't think we've ever seen a comment from Dan
No.
Jasinski.
No,
we
he's
have
everywhere.
3 in
What's
20
up, man?
minutes.
I got a question.
Congrats on the house, Dan.
I want to go to Matt. I want to go back to Matt Hill.
I'd love to be there.
Sure.
Let's go back there.
I got like a 2-part question for you. The first is a setup to the second. How much better defensively is Ryan Amato than Matt Hill? Because I feel like they do the same type of thing. Is they don't have much range. Ryan makes the plays at him and is willing to maybe give it that little dive and effort and throw from his knees and get that shirt dirty, where Matt won't. But I'm wondering, like, how much better is he than Matt Hill to you guys?
I think in yellow ball,
we're playing
Matt Hill's
full leads.
1-1 in the league.
This is a clincher.
And I think I agree. I think Ryan is better than Matt.
Defensively. Or just as a whole
Both.
package, yes. I'm just wondering defensively,
I don't know.
what makes Ryan... It's a genuine question.
He's taller, longer, and has a fucking cannon. And not that Matt doesn't have a cannon, like Ryan has a fucking hose.
Throws a heavy ball.
Plus, like this year for Matt, hearing him going into like whatever he went through last year is a lot. Like it's a tremendous amount. You have to change locations, change life. It's not really fair to judge what Sunday morning softball is sometimes. Sometimes that's what's keeping them hanging on. You can't really hang on to them too. What I think the difference is now Matt's like, I'm fucking playing shortstop. I want to fucking play shortstop.
He's in great shape doing this shit too.
And he would tell you too. Like
Matt wants to be a shortstop now?
Oh yeah. He's gone
He made me read a fucking thing on the fucking pod 2 weeks ago. Don't draft him if you want to fucking play him at third base or first base or left field. He wants to fucking play shortstop.
That's why I'm asking. Like, how much better is Ryan? Like, trying to gauge it, right? Because Ryan is,
on a
like
scale
he's a good shortstop that doesn't have range.
I would say Ryan on a scale of 1 to 10 is like a 7.2.
Yeah.
And Matt is maybe a 6.9, 7.0. I think just Ryan, aside from Nick Toronto and maybe Jeremy Pastor, is the best hitter in the league.
I agree. I would agree with
And
that. Top 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you could throw you in there. It's a different
No.
hitter.
Ryan is a better hitter than me.
Ryan became a better hitter than everybody because he stopped going for home runs.
You're different, Mark.
Ryan is now, I'm going to hit doubles and just whatever you give me. Ryan, his first 2 years in the league, when he was with Goddard and Dave, it was, I want to hit home runs. I want to see my name on the leaderboard for home runs. And then last year, I threw Ryan pitches like, go try to hit this home run. And he smoked it up the middle for a double. Yeah. And I'm like, this is not the same Ryan that was there 2 years ago. He evolved.
Thanks, Kate Amato. That's you, baby.
I got a video to show you about that later.
Can you tell me, do you have last year's stats?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me how many at-bats you had and how many at-bats Ryan?
I led the league in plate appearances. That helps. I know that off the top. I had 97.
So I would like to know what Ryan has, but that's why I said different type of dangerous hitter, because there's a lot of times where Ryan is walking to the box and you're not even giving him the opportunity to swing at a bad pitch and beat you. You're putting him on first base. You had David behind you last year, was having an incredible year. You'll have another guy behind you again, but you're a little bit harder to walk than Ryan Amato is.
Amato, I had 97 plate appearances, not including sac flies. Mike Amato had 75. Ryan had 91. So I had 6 more plate appearances.
How many walks did you have?
Oh, I walked 14 times. He walked 10. And there might be some sac flies in there. For both of us.
Withdraw my statement. I don't understand how you would. I guess because Marone's team was down or up a lot last season, they were really fucking
short-handed bunch.
Because like that's my other point. It's like it's so much easier to walk you or Jeremy or Pastor, especially like Ryan had Klecko behind him. Hard to walk a guy with Klecko behind you. You have David behind you. Hard to walk a guy.
Right.
Nick Toronto has Sailor behind him, way easier. Not that Sailor's not going to hit 600 with pop. He just doesn't scare you the same way as those guys are going to scare you. Forget that. David's going to go in the first round. So, like, not a lot of ones have a one that's going to kind of protect them. So, I think Matt and Ryan play a similar shortstop, and their bat is very similar. I just think when you look at Ryan, oh my God.
You got a phone call? Breaking news from Schefter?
Darren fucking Drapkin thinks he should be a fucking 10 in this league. I swear to God, between him and
we are moving on.
I'm gonna lose it.
We're moving on. The draft is here. Thursday night came. We got the draft order. I think we should play a little game. I'm going to run through the draft order, and you guys give me a one-word analysis, reaction, thought. One word. Can be hyphenated.
Okay.
One word response on how you think this team either made out in the draft order. Pez is watching a Blue Jays game. Did they get fucked in the draft order? Are they in for a big year? You ready?
All right.
All right. First pick. Tom Carroll. My word is fucked.
He got screwed.
Yeah.
Because he now has to...
There's so many more words than one.
Sorry. Got screwed.
My word would be saturnine.
Please define that word.
Gloomy and depressing.
There you go. He's not the 1-1 in the league.
No.
He's the MVP.
I mean, he's not 1-1s like me and Marty, but yes.
I'll tell you guys who never was 1-1.
That is
Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill.
Never won one.
Never won one. Winston Churchill.
So let me ask you a question.
Greatest line ever.
Yep.
Your word sucks, Tom. Sorry, Becker, you gotta fucking take out a thesaurus. My bad, dude. My question is, would you like to see Tom and Nick Toronto, maybe the Torontos are picking 1 through 5 and Tom is picking 3 through 7. Like, wouldn't you, in an open draft, tell me the truth, where does...
In an open draft, Nick Toronto could be the first pick. Could be the first pick, Nick Toronto. I think there's a chance he could be the first pick.
Was last year.
I don't think he would be solo draft with Martino and Cole being as good as they are.
Yes.
So I would slot Nick in the top 4.
Now tell me Tom.
Tom is definitely not top.
Do you
4.
take
Tom might be
DeMarco or Carroll?
It's
probably DeMarco.
Passer.
That's
Carroll.
a really good question. Those are just like
Shanigate or Carroll?
Tom.
Yeah.
So
I would put Toronto 3 to 5, and Toronto just wanted to walk off. Let's go, Jimenez.
I think Toronto would have to have 1. I just don't think
I
Tom should have
put
1. I don't think
Toronto-
Tom should have top 4.
Toronto should pick 3 to 5. Tom should pick, like you said, 4 to 7.
4 to 7.
That's what he should.
And then they had Bomb and Blit top 10 or top
12.
10.
Bomb and Blit, in my
Yeah,
opinion,
first half or
should
something
pick
like
7 to 12.
7 to 12.
Because
I
again,
agree.
Bomb and Blit is very good.
okay, I'm here to
He's-
start the mock.
He's literally Sanagate with a little more power, and he's older.
Yeah.
The problem is you get the benefit. What are they Richie this year?
4.
That's a fucking steal.
Yeah, okay, so
Steal.
we said Nicky is better than Kevin Klaczynski straight up, right? A full round apart. Where's Rob Cord in this mix?
Rob should
Rob
be.
Cord's flying completely under the radar.
Rob should
Just
have
don't even mention Rob Cord's
Rob
name because
should
the
have
fact
been
that he's
three.
still a 4 is...
It's insane.
I would like to.
When you're sitting here,
Sean Leonardi's numbers and Rob Cord's numbers blindly and make the board members choose
Well,
which is
when
the
you
best.
sit here,
you want to play that game?
Let's play the game.
Let's play that game.
let's play it. But when you sit here and say to me that Rob Cord is going to go in the 4th round after Joe Mamone, after Justin Coloraka, because they can play middle outfield, but Rob can play left field, bats 600 with power, and these guys are hitting singles, it baffles my mind.
My next question is,
All right, ready? I got 3 players for you.
okay,
I can't answer this guy played with Rob.
Player number 1, 500 average, 1.139 OPS, 0 homers. Those good stats? Would you like anything more than that?
500.
Hit 500, 1100 OPS, 0 homers.
Okay.
Player 2, 3 homers, 500 average, 1400 OPS. Player 3, 2 homers, 575 average, 1392 OPS.
See, I know who's who. That's the problem.
Dom, do you know before you answer? No. What's the answer?
they're all the same guy.
What's the answer?
3 Leonardis in a trench coat.
Rob batted last because Rob had 2 home runs and batted 575.
Correct.
Sean had the 3 home runs. He was 2. I couldn't tell you who 1 is.
None of them were Sean Leonardi. Fun
Oh,
fact.
wow.
There you go. One of them was Nick DeLuise. The other one was Kevin Klaschinski.
Okay.
Nick DeLuise objectively had a better statistical season than Kevin Klaschinski, full round.
But not Rob.
No, he had one less home run.
Sean
He had a higher
Leonardi's
OPS.
numbers.
Yeah.
7 homers, 560 average,
Yeah.
1,600 OPS. He's a 2.
But by
a lot more.
2 full rounds?
Yes, 5 homers, same average, significantly better.
Again, but him as a 2, unless there's some stud one of the
he had 89
he's
total bases. He had 89 total bases and
Rob had
58 total bases.
58 for Rob.
58 for Rob, 89 for Sean. They walked 5 and 4 times.
Sean's good.
Sean's significantly
What was
better.
Nicky's total
And the
bases?
second best
I'm
hitter,
not saying he's not
might be Nick
significant.
DeLuise.
How many total bases did Nicky have?
61.
And
Kevin Klaschinski had 53.
And how many walks did they walk Nicky's? Nicky walked a lot.
Nicky walked 15 times.
That's a lot, dude. That is a lot.
Nicky being a 5 is insane when
That's
Rob
insane.
Ford and Kevin are 4s.
Yeah, but
It's insane. They can't be. It has to be either opposite or even.
what you're saying doesn't make sense. He has to be a 5 unless his brother or something is on the board. There has to be something that would make.
No, the league would never let a
do that.
board member's impact the ratings like that. That's crazy. Why would you ever say something?
Yeah, Stocks guys did get a shitload of at-bats, but
Correct. That's a fair point.
the total bases is a lot. Like, Sean is a stud. I won't hear otherwise.
It's Rob had the least amount of at bats, but between Nick and Kevin and Sean, it's all pretty. It's different by 6 numbers.
I felt bad for Rob because our team in front of him didn't really
Help him
produce.
sometimes. What, you know what bothers
Michael
me
had a
more
bad year, and so did Matt Hill.
is they'll say that Nicky is a 5 because of his defensive liabilities. Every other time they make a decision in this league, it has nothing to do with defense. It's always offense.
Can we go to the fact that Minu might get drafted in front of Nick DeLuise this year?
Can we talk about how I was left off the Cy Young list because of my batting average?
No, that's not what we're here for.
That's my point. I'm not letting it go.
Let's keep going through this list. We don't have to go through
Who's
everything.
Brad Rumblings?
It's Dennis.
Dennis. I don't have his phone number either.
If you have a comment about any of these captains, let's stop me and mention Toronto 2 with a penalty. They have a penalty. Anthony's gonna be a 4, and then they're moving his 3 back 12 picks. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's a big penalty.
My question. I was about to mention this next.
Yeah.
When you see the people that are the people that are slotted and protected, and the Caputos potentially drop, and Joe Caputo and Toronto are within 7 or 8 picks of each other, but one team gets a disastrous penalty, disgusting penalty, and the other one doesn't, and they're almost very similar to the same guy.
Are they? Let's be realistic here. I love Joe Caputo. I love Vince Caputo. Right? I love the Caputos. At second base, Joe and Ant are the same person, right? Joe hits a little better than Ant. Ant's got a little more power than him. Vince is faster than Nick Toronto, no doubt about it.
Oh, we're not talking about Vince.
No, you're saying the combo.
No,
Toronto
no.
overall is
No.
light
You're not
years better
saying
Vince.
The combo.
I'm not
I
saying-
understood what you were saying.
I'm
It's the
saying
combo.
Joe is going to be a 4,
Yes,
right?
yes.
When he gets taken 7 picks ahead, it's going to be close. They're going to be 7, 8 picks apart. So you're telling me that they need to be penalized over a half a round when he's going within the same range of the guys that are like him. You see what I'm saying? Like, what is that?
But if Vince goes early, if Vince goes late 1, which he's going to, right?
I mean, Joe is
a late 2.
or Joe is an early.
Joe is an early 4.
Give me an under over on Vince Caputo.
He's gonna fall into the second round.
Give me an
I
under
think
over.
it's wrong. I think
Right or wrong, give me an under over.
I think he'll go
2021.
I'll take
to Pollock or Goddard, who have 15 or 16. He'll go there in the second round.
That's 2021. 2021.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, maybe 23.
Okay. And that's
He can't go to Pollock. Oh no, he could go to Pollock.
I mean, if you think about it,
Mitch is a 4.
why wouldn't
Mitch is a
Bico,
4.
if he falls to them, if he falls to
What
Bico,
if Gaglio's
why wouldn't
there
Bico
and-
take him?
and Baiko, with his penalty pick, is 5 picks away from Anthony Toronto.
But here's my question.
Well, first of all, Baiko and Seth Jasinski are the 29th and 30th best player in the league. Seth not being a 2 is crazy. Baiko not being a 2.
Yes.
Baiko not being a 2, I get, because you can't make him the 19th best player. So I think that's all right. But like,
Seth should be a 2.
Seth's a 2.
Seth has power. Seth is better than Baiko.
This Baiko penalty makes sense. The Baiko penalty is the only thing that makes sense.
They are punishing Anthony for how good Nicholas is. And that, to me, is not the way you should do this. Because, like...
Anthony Toronto is not an early 4.
Right? He's a mid to late 4.
Correct.
So they're in the 3rd round, the most important pick. That is the most important pick of the draft.
In the early 3rd.
Because late 2 and early 3 are the same guy. Every guy that's going to get a player that's like Nick Toronto is going to get a late 2 and an early 3, except for him. So he's going to be punished for being up. You're going to make him pick 1 through 6 and then punish him for being that good. When you got guys like Rob Cord rolling around.
That's a fair point.
Nick DeLuise is going to be 18 to 20 picks later than Anthony Toronto. And Anthony and Nick have to pay a 13 or 14 pick price for it. That is a disservice to the amount of work they are currently putting in and will have to put in all season.
Anthony Toronto, dude, I just put him into the names we were doing before. Just fits right into that 4th round. And Nicky is better than him offensively.
To be that egregious, think about how egregious it has to be for you to get a 13 for in the NFL they give points to draft rounds and shit like that. The penalty for Anthony Toronto is the greatest penalty of anyone, better than Baiko's. It's greater than Baiko's penalty as the last 3. The guy that went 25th overall last year is now going to go 50-something and is going to have a less of a penalty than the guy's going 7 picks later than he should. That, to me, is a mistake that should get rectified in the future. I get this, like...
My question is this.
They did it last year.
If everybody complained 2nd and 3rd round this year having weakened in this draft, which is everybody's saying that, right?
But not Joe the 4th.
Yes, but Joe Mamone is going in the 3rd round. He went in the 4th last year, right?
He didn't. He went in the 3rd. Conti traded.
Yes, he went late. Yeah, late 3.
No, he went early 3 because of the trade.
Oh my God, it's so bad. So bad. But like you look at these people that are going in the 3rd round and 4th round, and people are getting bumped up. How do you not bump up? Like, and you move back Baiko. How does Seth get bumped back? Baiko's been begging to get bumped back for years. Seth is better than Baiko. Seth can play left center.
They're like the same player. I literally have 29 and 30 on my rankings.
So in my opinion, if you said to me in an open draft, and I love Baiko to death, and I love Seth to death also.
You love everybody.
Not true. If you told me end of 2, I now need an outfield. I have the last pick in the 2nd round. I'm taking Seth way before I take Baiko. Seth has power. Seth is faster. Seth has a better arm. Seth is just as good as outfielder. Nice. It's not better. Like, it doesn't make sense that Seth got... Baiko's been begging to go to a 3 for the last 4 years.
Father?
I was Papa Baiko. Oh, dude, that's tough. I like both of them. Papa Jasinski texted me at 1 o'clock in the morning when I was on his team. He's like, I know you're up. What do you think we should do on Sunday? How about win, Papa Baiko? That's what I want to do. I want to win. But thank you for texting me at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I'll tell you what, Alex.
Every captain got bumped back. Like, good, you won the championship. That seems reasonable.
Alex, what if I told? Is this something you might be interested in? Would you like to start the draft with a top 7 pick and have your pitcher be in the 8th round? Is that something I might interest you in?
Oh,
3 different people.
Frodo.
No.
Frodo.
3 different people.
All right, let's reach those people.
Frank?
Right. So Toronto pulled 2. Rosenstock pulled 3. He always seems to just always be at the top. He's the best.
Stoner fucking Staten Island.
He's the best. So he'll probably run it back with Martino and make the final. Then we got Kent. We got Kessler.
He's top 10.
We got Kessler at 4. Ping's at 5. LaRocca. That's a pitcher in the 8th. Baumann-Blit, Jarzynski, pitcher in the 12th, Marone, pitcher in the 9th.
And somebody that
Pitcher in the 8th, sorry.
should have been bumped back, and he gets screwed. And
Glenn.
no, Polzer. How is he still a 3?
Because he hit 600.
Did he hit 600 last year?
What do you think he hit? What do you think he hit?
527.
560.
Closer gets a
540.
fist bump. Oh my God, let's put him into the
mix.
I hit 500 and can't really play a center outfield position. I'm a 4. That's the model. Let's see. Polzer, 471 average, 36 bases, so the least total bases, 105.
And I said 527. So you're keeping a guy who bets 4 something.
No, Pez, he's a pitcher though.
He's a pitcher, though.
He's a pitcher.
Oh, okay.
But he also didn't always pitch
How
last
many?
year.
How many
You
more?
pitched more than
Wait. How many more bases did an 8 Frank LaRocca have than Polzer? Tell me now. Tell me something that justifies a 98 pick difference.
Frank LaRocca had 33 total bases. He had 424, OPS under 1,000.
Okay.
Polzer had 3 more bases and had an OPS over 1,000.
235 people in the league.
234.
234 people in the league.
90 pick difference.
40% of the league is drafted between guy A with 3 bases more than guy B. And let me tell you, that guy is a better drafter, which they always punish Bico for, than almost everyone else in that room.
Is he a better drafter or is he a better manipulator of getting a better draft?
We're saying the same thing. We're saying the same exact thing.
Listen, he just...
Someone said the word...
What he does
that
is he
guy's
looks...
right.
Like, you ever see... Like,
Frank LaRocca is in this draft, open draft. You're Tom Carroll. Do you take James Spazzuolo, Dom DeFalco, or Frank LaRocca?
At 5?
In an open draft.
I take Ronnie Carlin in a second.
But no, do you see the difference?
I agree with you on this.
He's again, my math is shaky, but 54 picks behind us. And they're gonna say, oh, if you're stupid, you take this, right? And Doug's been shoving a camera in my face and calling me a waste for the past week now. It's not a waste. It's a waste because you don't understand the value of having a guy that's gonna throw strikes, right? So you're telling me there is 1/5 of the entire league that's different between me, James, Frank, Glenn, Andy Kessler? No.
If you're a 5,
As long as I don't play my
and you bring cookies, Drapkin might be a 10.
But do you see the problem is their thought process is not congruent. Because they will rate Polzer.
You are going to get drafted higher, both of you.
Because people are going to get nervous.
Because people don't have the pitchers.
But
If
what
you
are we
were-
slotting
if you were-
people for, right? We're going and saying...
If you are Ben's father and Andy's in the open draft, Andy probably gets drafted higher than an 8.
Yes, so why rate him an 8?
Because of the panic of the pitchers.
So here's
But
my...
I know, and that's...
So here's my same thing I say all the time with all this, and both leagues. Take away all pairings, right? Just take away all pairings. Do an open draft. There's enough board members, they can do a mock. They can randomly pick whatever and say, okay, where does this person go? And this is how I say you rate people. Because you do it this way. Okay, hypothetically say your brother's still in the league, right? Where does Marty go? Marty still goes in the top 10. All right, so because of that, where does Blackman go? Blackman still goes at the end of 1, early 2. So yes, making him 1-2 is fine. If you look at, yes, he should.
100%.
Because if you're going to sit here and everybody talks about shortstop's important, while people are going to reach on, like people are going to go for Cord because Rob's a 4, but Cord can play short. Gagley was going to go early because he can play short. And people are nervous about shortstops. And people are nervous about pitchers. If that's the case, if you're rated as a pitcher, you should get bumped up. Every one of them should be a 6 or a 7. It shouldn't be, well, it's whatever. Because, again, I had a bet you're hitting. I betted 3 something, right? You and Andy are 3 rounds different, and you bat almost on the same, but Andy wins the Cy Young, and you're not even talked about. But Andy's team, every year, Ben talks about it, best record ever in Marlboro softball history. All right, so why? You give me that as an 8.
Can I ask you this though? Like, and I it's a genuine question. Say Andy says he's going to be the pitcher, right? So you rate him accordingly.
Yeah.
The second round comes around. Ben says, "Holy fuck, what value? Greg DeLuise is still here. I'm gonna take him."
You've seen that.
And now
He doesn't take him.
in June, but now it's like
no one else gets that luxury. He should not have the luxury. If you're going to take Greg, you have to find what you're going to do with your dad. You have to.
He's still a 6.
You could say, "Oh, if my dad was playing third base, he'd be an 8, but Greg should be a 1, and I'm going to get him 3, and that's commensurate value." Then you do it. But the whole idea that we're trying to make everything all fair and easy does not equal what's getting thrown out on paper to me. Because if I sat in a room with 5 people and I looked at Nick DeLuise, Kevin Klaschinski, and Rob Cord and turned around and rated the best player the lowest, the second best player the second lowest, and the worst player the highest, in the room right there, where's the cognitive dissonance? I don't understand.
Why have stats then? Why have stats?
Stats are a different thing.
But I
Can
get
we
why,
do more
why
fun
have
resumes?
Yeah.
On pitchers?
Sure.
Ready for this?
I would hate this. Please.
All right.
Same here.
No.
You know what's going to be you.
Fine. You both. I'm
Darren
giving you-
Drafkin from 5 years ago. I'll kill him. I'll get up. I will fucking kill you.
I'm giving you only the OPS of the player, and there's 5 pitchers. You are both included.
Oh, shocking.
Okay.
Which is the lowest?
Oh,
But it's got
ton of signal. You're the
Right.
right. doubles.
We're gonna go highest to lowest.
Oh.
And you both are in this.
I thought we were having a good time on the couch.
1,000 OPS. 986 OPS. 732.
Oh my god.
660. 640.
I'm going to say I'm the 660.
You are 640.
Andy Kessler,
You're last.
660.
Andy Kessler is 660.
I'm going to go Frank LaRocca. So Frank,
I'm going to go Glenn Morone.
Glenn is the 1,000, Frank's the 9, I'm the 7.
Glenn is the 1,000. Frank is the 8.
54 picks
986.
apart, guys. Great
And
job.
Pence is the 7.
Doing a great job.
Oh,
evaluating
I
these guys.
fucking nailed
I
that.
nailed that.
You guys nailed
I
that.
nailed
It's
it.
unbelievable. 5, 6,
5.
8, 8, 8.
Yeah, makes sense.
But that's not what we're doing here. That's not,
You
that's
are
not the spirit.
you are a better pitcher than most of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
Sure.
Much better. Are
Yeah.
you 54 picks better?
No.
Maybe. Maybe not.
I'm
You're
only-
not.
No.
Only.
I
only.
If you're telling me, if you're saying Andy Kessler's Cy Young Award winner, and everybody talks about how Pez walked so many guys, Morel in the wind, leave me the fuck alone.
If you told Byko right now that he could slot me or James in the 7th round, he would say, "Take away my 2.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Give me a 1 and a 3, 4, 5. Give me 2.
So you're telling me Andy Kessler's OPS was 100 points less than me, and there's a very good chance. There you go, Dennis. Go fuck yourself. How about you producing a playoff, jackass?
Yes.
Numbers getting unsaved again.
Dennis, listen. I one time made the championship my rookie year, and in the finals, all I did was hit into fielder's
There's
choice.
50 people.
6-4 fielder's choice.
50
5 times in a 2-game championship. You're going to be an MVP one day, Dennis.
Greg and Doug, my schedule this week is really rough. I can't board meeting until maybe next Monday. So I apologize. Please.
Let's
You're
do
right, though.
this.
Andy, if you're telling me Andy's 100 points less OPS than me, and he's going round 8, and there's a very good possibility I'm going late 4, early 5.
If you go late 4, we should all stop.
And they're both like,
September 9th. September 9th, book it. What field do we want? If I go late 4 to somebody, just tell me what field I'm on at Union Hill September 9th. I'll see you there. I'll work out before that.
and their defense is, if someone's stupid enough to take you there,
They have to.
discrediting the
You
scarcity of the position
Yeah.
big time.
Correct.
And
Especially when the scarcity is revolved around guys that you kind of need to pitch. Like,
thanks,
there's
Andy.
2 guys I think about this year. Joe Juraski and Zach Schmidt.
Same.
Neither of them are pitchers. They're both athletic outfielders that can pitch.
And hit
and hit very well, right? So, those types of guys, they're not only, like, Ben can draft one of them. Frank can draft them because they're good softball
My
players,
dear friend
right?
Thomas Carroll.
So because of that, that also fucks up what happens. See, if Juraski gets picked in the 4th by a team that either took a pitcher in the 2
Who wants a
or
right
has
center
them,
fielder.
and just wants a really good right center fielder,
Second baseman, yeah.
you literally, in the middle of the draft, just jumped a full round because that is one
You know
pitcher
what, Andy?
now.
You know what Ben Kessler gets to do? He
Zach
gets to
Schmidt goes to a team that has a pitcher. You are now bumped. You just bumped up another half.
We're going to be going way before Zach Schmidt and Connor Schmidt get picked.
Yeah,
Crazy.
well, yes, very true.
And there are going to be guys in the
Not
room.
Juraski, though. Juraski, I think
Juraski's going to be right around us.
Juraski getting picked has the biggest impact on
Juraski getting picked is going to be anywhere between 10 and 12 picks between me and Don. Because he's going to go 4, and then everybody's going to go, boom.
Yeah.
And there's 8 guys in that draft room. Probably, let's call them 4, the 4 that we're talking about, that will hear.
Who are the 4?
Ben,
The 4 with
LaRocca,
with the pitchers.
Right. They'll hear Joe Juraski's name and go right back to their sheet, not care. And there'll be 4 guys that immediately begin to panic.
Yes.
And that...
Boyko is fucking throwing up in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's got to choose between a real one or a pitcher. That is the choice, which forces us to go up again. And you know who gets to celebrate are the 4 guys in the top of the draft that never have to even think
What a bad
about
pick.
it. Yeah.
You know what's
Like I
crazy?
just found
You know what gets even worse out of this is going to be Greg. Because Greg admits the value is Nicky.
Yep.
But you're going to look at the last...
Amazing.
Yes, but Greg is good. But the last... Greg knows he's not a 1. Again, Greg's not a 1. You're not winning a league where Greg is your 1. It's very tough to do that. Right? So when you look at it... That's an idiot. That's because we're winning 3s.
Right.
September 9th. Me versus Dom. September 9th. You need help left. Book it now. We'll see you there. Me and Dom can't.
That is just tells me you're for sure having a board meeting.
Yo.
Just as a third party watcher.
Remember the other day when you said you're not going to get us in trouble?
Yeah, I did.
All right, let's do this, right? I want to talk a lot about this, the back half of this draft, because that's where it really gets interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm gonna mock draft the first 9 picks of this draft.
Okay.
I think we're all in agreement on what happens.
Yep.
And then we'll pick up with Goldfarb at 10, and we'll start the conversation there.
Okay.
All right. Carroll goes 1 to Carroll, 2 Toronto to Toronto. Rosenstock takes Martino. I think makes the most sense. Ben takes Fluta. You have to take the shortstop. You have coming off the championship. Have to take Fluta. Pingaro and LaRocca, I think, in one way or the other, go me and AD.
Yep.
In one of those ways.
Okay.
I think Drzinski has to take a shortstop, take Sanagate.
Yes.
And then Glenn Marone is taking the best player, the best pure hitter in the league.
The history of
Jeremy
the league.
Pastor. Just gifted to him at 9.
Oh, and guess what? Your pitcher's an 8. Oh, and you know what? The guy you come in with that plays center outfield, he's a 5. Great.
Yes.
Woody Woodpecker
There you
strikes
go.
again.
Oh, that's a good team. Brandon getting dropped to a 5 is crazy, but besides the point.
Wait, so hold on. Glenn gets past her.
Yep.
His right center fielder's a 5. Middle 5. The middle 5.
Middle 5.
After he was a 4 last year.
Then it goes Goldfarb next.
Then it
A
goes
full
Goldfarb.
round after.
Then
Does
it goes
Goldfarb trade? You take the Villani's.
Well, here's the
or does he take
crazy
the Cords?
Here's the worst
I
part
think you
about
take the
this.
Cords.
Well, I'm going to ask you what someone that isn't the most informed person is going to ask. Ryan Amato is a top 10 player in the league. How is Ryan Amato not going down?
Because you're getting Rob Cord in the middle of the 4th round to play left field, and he's in between the
and
two
then
of
get
them.
hurt for 3 months,
If I
and
tell
then play
you-
left field.
If I tell you Rob Cord is your 10th pick in the 4th round, or Mike Amato is your 9th pick in the 11th round, which one are you more thrilled
It's
about?
that the Amato,
You have to give up
the Mike Amato,
Right.
Reed Goldfarb,
And he
both
just-
being rated 12s
Right.
are
Yes.
what stops
It's a problem.
Goldfarb from drafting Amato on auto draft.
Mhm.
You have to ask yourself. Mike Amato was an 11, got bumped down to a 12 this year. So that's
Take the
unfortunate
Cords.
for Alex because I think we can all agree Ryan is the next best
Yes.
player, and Alex actually couldn't have picked a worse
Ryan,
number
honestly,
for himself.
Ryan should go higher. Like, if you think about it,
Not in this draft.
Ryan could go a few picks earlier. Like,
No.
I mean,
Now,
listen.
the only one I would advocate for would be Seth, because you get but Sanity at the end of the end of the season last year was hitting for. I think at a certain point he was.
I love Jeremy Pastor's good.
We're in the play.
If you're telling me Jeremy Pastor or Ryan Amato right now, as great as Jeremy Pastor is, Glenn can take Ryan Amato and put him in shortstop, and
no,
yes,
I don't see. Listen, you can take DeMarco because he wears tight shirts. He's got swag. He'll get you out of a parking ticket. Fine. Martin just had one of the statistically.
Will he get you out of a parking ticket?
He might, and then just get you for something else.
So why is it whenever we got parking tickets last year at middle school, every one of them
Because no one fucking drafted him.
He's a free agent. So we think Alex at 10 has to go like Villani or Cord.
I think he goes
Cord. The Cords made the most sense, and they know each other from MVP. I feel like that makes the most.
I'm not taking Nick Villani while Santa Romita, Amato, and the Cords are on board.
I would agree with that. I think there's a tier. I think
That's
there's
another
tiers
one.
of guys.
How did Mike not get bumped up? Mike had a great playoff and a great end of the season.
I thought he did get
and he did not get bumped. He's still 7.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, right.
He's a 7.
He hit a
Do you think he
hit
did
the
well?
game-winning home
Yes.
All right, let's put him into our model.
Put him in the model.
Let's put him in the model.
Guess
Put
what?
him in the model.
When you take Nick Villani with the fucking second or third 2, Mike becomes the second to last 7.
It's crazy.
Whistle on that a little bit.
Yeah. Second to last 7. Yeah.
Mike
Okay.
Villani had
How many hits
51 total bases, more than Polzer. He hit 443, higher than Polzer, higher OPS than Polzer.
No, don't.
7. He's a 7. Make it make sense. He's a 7. That makes
All right.
sense.
All right. So we keep. There's an important thing when it comes to the statistics, right? The bookkeepers in this vary drastically.
I mean,
So
I will not
fathers-
sit here and listen to you slander Reed Goldfarb, my favorite Goldfarb.
I mean, Reed is
Reed's book. Reed's book might be the best book.
Imagine.
I think Reed should teach a class on how to keep.
Like Reed's book is phenomenal.
Because there are captains whose RBIs total their runs, and that should rarely ever happen. in
There
the
were 26 people on the field last year when Ush ran twice. Reed was angrier than the other 25 people combined. He could not believe what happened.
The stats are only what they're made out to be. Because
Reed-
there's different people doing different
Reed,
books.
if the ball is hit,
I'm a 6. How is Mike a 7? Let's check the stats, Alex.
Because you're like fucking Pablo Sandoval at third.
Alex, you're horrible.
Which,
You're bad. Oh my god! I looked at them both. How are you? How would you? You're a set. You're an 8. Sorry, you shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. Yeah, you did. I will. Call me tomorrow, sir.
he goes.
Call me tomorrow, sir. I'll tell you all about it.
I think Mike is less egregious than the other ones. Egregious in a different way. Egregious is a strong word. I think he's more misrated than he's less misrated than the others. Nick is going to go. Again, this is another factor the board should factor in. Nick Villani is not going in the top 15, 14 picks of this draft. You make Mike a 6. It's same thing, right? Like
Nick
as
next year.
a 2, you can get him as an early 6.
If Nick plays shortstop for somebody this year and plays very well, then next year Nick might go top 15. But you're not taking Nick Villani top 15 left center fielder when there's people like Marty, AD, Pastor, Saint Ramita, all there in the first round.
Let me ask you a question. On your big board, where do you have Santa knowing he's going to miss those 2 back-end playoff
The
games?
back-end playoff games that my team might not be in.
Correct.
Okay. I have Santa as the 11th best player.
Great.
Easily.
So you have him going to. So next pick we have.
If I'm Alex Goldfarb at 10 and I'm drafting the best player on the board,
But Ryan Amato's still available.
He cannot because of the Mike Amato situation.
Yes. So he takes the Cords.
No, if
Yes.
Mike Santamarita is the best player on the board at 10 for Alex. Best
I'll tell you
player
what, we
on
played
the
in
board.
that scrimmage with 8 ones.
He was
He
amazing.
might have been the best player in that game
Correct.
that day.
He was fantastic.
Any given day, he's the best player on the field.
Listen, Fred has said it numerous times, and Fred doesn't give anybody credit. Fred said if Santa Armida actually cared, Santa Armida would be the best player in this fucking league.
Correct.
And I could see that.
Correct.
If Santa Armida, listen, I played with Mike. Mike is a great teammate. He's a great guy to go to drink with. Like, everything about Mike is phenomenal. But you look at Mike, and I feel like Mike is the Manny Ramirez of Marlboro softball, where he comes in the locker room and he's like, I go 2 for 4 with 2 triples today. And then comes in the next day and goes, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, and I think that's fair. And like, I love Mike, one of my good pals. I respect that about him, and he doesn't like shy away from me. He's like, yeah. He's already won the league.
Show me the game.
He's got his big contract.
Alex, go wake up, read. Go get your book. Show me the game where Nick Villani was walked twice with the bases loaded. Show it to me, and I'll take Nick Villani.
Can I ask you 2 questions about the Villanis? I want an answer. The answers are fact or fiction.
Okay.
All right. Because I think there's a lot of...
You're walking Nick Villani to get the cold flu. Who the fuck's doing that?
With the bases loaded.
Who's doing that? Who's walking Nick Villani to get the cold flu?
He's not. First question.
There could be a bag of bricks behind Nick Villani. You're still pitching to him with the bases loaded.
Fact or fiction?
I'm talking about Santa Armida getting walked twice.
Yeah.
Twice in the same game with the bases loaded.
Who did that to him?
Stop.
Yes.
In a
And
game
it's
where
the right
Stock
move.
had 9.
And
Stock
they
had
won.
9
And
that
they
day,
won.
right? Yeah.
They won by 1.
Yep.
Huge.
Fact or fiction? Fact or
I
fiction?
didn't know.
It was a joke, Alex. And Reed shouldn't be sleeping, okay? He's a young boy. You know what I mean? Let's throw that out there. He's a father now. I love you.
Fact or fiction? Mike Villani does not have a position.
So Mike Villani's the...
Is Reed looking for a roommate?
So you're saying
It might
Mike
be.
Villani's the Timu version of Nick
Or
Douglas.
Schmidt.
Does Mike Villani have a position? Yes or no?
Mike played a good second base from what I saw.
Would you define that? He's a guy that I would be happy putting in multiple positions for more than half the game. He doesn't do
Multiple positions for half the games you would be okay with.
Right.
Use me for me or Mike Villani at third base.
Because you throw underhand from third base.
You.
But they're on target.
1-1, baby.
I think I've seen you play third base. You're not bad.
I can play third base.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Connor Schmidt or Mike Villani at third base.
Connor Schmidt.
Connor Schmidt.
Bat and everything.
Connor Schmidt.
But are you putting Connor Schmidt at second base?
Never.
No.
You put Mike Villani at second base.
Right? You could put Connor at first. You can't put
It
him
might
in
be
right
his
field
position.
either.
You can
might
put
be
Mike
his
Villani
position.
in left. You put Mike Villani in right. Mike Villani can play second base. So if you said Connor Schmidt,
That's so good.
That's a good one.
Fuck you, Dennis. That's good.
but yes.
No,
So
I agree with both those takes. I'm on board.
So if you said to me Connor or Mike Villani, and you're sitting there, and Connor's going, what, 5?
Let's check Connor's stats, the all-telling stats. Oh, let
Connor
me get
Villani.
Alex Goldfarbs out of here. Holy moly.
So, okay, so you
Oh, his
go.
action is better than Connor Schmidt.
So now you're who? You're Polzer.
Connor Schmidt hit 400 versus 443. 33 bases for Schmidt. 51 for Villani. 1100 OPS for Villani. 900 for Schmidt.
But he's a 7. Makes sense.
And they're saying Zach's a 7, Connor's a draft player.
Yes.
With their ratings.
Because Connor plays a tier 1.
Third base. And Villani is a utility man.
Correct.
Yeah.
But in
Do
the
you-
7th round,
You want a utility guy.
you would like to have a guy
Doesn't hurt
that.
to have that guy.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
great.
When this guy misses 1 week, you go there. When that
I don't
guy
look at him
just
like-
float around, he'll play 9 different positions by the end of the year.
Connor is a top
Like
third
Steve
baseman.
Weiss
I
used to
agree.
be.
Correct, back, yep.
All right, so I'll
Steve
say
Weiss.
someone like
Second base, short, third, outfield, whatever you need for the game, Steve Weiss plays, produces.
look at Bob Bilodeau or Riz Mel.
Edwin Valentin or Mike Villani? Oh, I'm working on these.
Edwin can play middle outfield.
Yeah.
Mike Villani can't.
Yeah.
But Edwin's a little better defensively then Mike Villani will be.
I think Mike's better than him offensively, right?
Their
Yes.
stats are so similar.
Yeah.
So similar.
But I think Edwin gives you a little bit more utility.
Edwin,
Yes.
Edwin had
Edwin
less
had-
bases, but more hits.
Again, Mike Villani hit what?
Wait, no, he didn't.
2 home runs in the playoffs?
He had a game-winning home run
Mike
against
was
Lombardi
on
that
that.
saved
Yeah.
their championship.
That
In the
home
same
run.
season.
That
Mike,
home run.
Mike hit one more homer.
Yeah.
And
That's all I remember.
he
The
had
home
5
run
more
Edwin.
doubles.
Yeah.
5 more doubles, 1 more triple.
I like
one more
Edwin.
homer.
He's
So
a
he,
good ball
he
player.
literally had 7
What round
hit
did he
difference.
go last year?
Edwin?
Yeah.
Edwin last year was a, to Pingaro,
6 or
was
7.
a 6.
So Mike, you're showing Mike
Probably
Villani
6.
offensively is better, and he's going a full round later. And
Yeah.
But,
Well,
and defensively,
defensively.
you get Edwin up the middle.
Yeah.
Edwin can
Yes.
play second base up the middle. Edwin can
Edwin-
play right center.
Edwin
it
can
gets,
play that up the middle.
it gets
Edwin
so
defensively-
sketchy. Like to me, rounds 4 and 3, and rounds 6 and 7 to me are interchangeable. So when I look at Nicky as a 5, I see that as a drop in talent from the 4s. When I look at a 6 or a 7, they look very, very similar. Even 3 to 4 look very, very
yes,
similar.
but so you gotta look at it this way though, Nicky. You take Greg as a late 1, Nicky's a late 5.
Yeah.
If you make Nicky a 4,
That's a rule I can get behind from Kurt Schmidt.
All
the
Schmidt-
Schmidts are a package
I
deal.
love Kurt.
I just think it's different because you gotta look at it as like the value of Nick Villani is not Mike Villani. The value of Greg as a 1
It doesn't
is Nicky.
hurt.
It doesn't hurt. Well, especially as a 7.
Yeah.
But if you made Nicky a 4 and they made Mike Villani a 6 or a 5, right?
That means Greg would go in his natural place.
Mid 2 to late 2 instead of late 1.
He can even go right. Yes, exactly.
He'll go
And then
mid to late 2.
and then Nicky becomes a mid to late 4. And
Exactly.
it's still valuable.
But when you sit there and you go, wow, look at this. I can get Greg, who is a career 5-something hitter with home
Zach
runs.
Schmidt, well said.
Like-
I love this league.
Like the point of the matter is, like you sit there making Nicky a 5, and you're telling me that at the end of round 1, I have a first round pick, and I can get a pitcher that throws strikes, fields his position, is a career 5-something hitter, and has power. But I now get a 5 at the end of 5
Yep.
who bats .570 with power home runs, triples, and doubles.
Show me
What
Greg
5
Jones' numbers
is doing that?
and Matt Hill's numbers.
Greg and Matt.
Let's talk now.
By the way, you know what started us getting here while I pull these numbers up? We're trying to make to the 10th overall pick
Phil
for
Court.
Alex Goldfarb still.
Yeah,
We got to be sick court.
It's Phil Court.
And then
You said
Dave Meyer
Greg.
takes Ryan Amato.
No, it's Polzer.
Greg and
He takes Sam.
Matt Hill. Greg and Matt Hill.
If I
All right,
tell you-
blind resume. Ready?
Yeah.
67 total bases.
Okay.
494 average. 1297 OPS.
That's Greg.
Yeah.
Matt Hill batted .570.
Correct. Matt Hill 53 total bases, lower OPS, but a 570 average.
How many bases did Greg have?
67, so 14 more than that.
How many home runs?
4 homers for Grigori, 1 for Mathieu.
Tell me that Greg's not a 1.
Greg's not a 1.
He's a 1.
Early
He's
2.
a 1.
You get a 1 because you get the late 5.
Last
It doesn't make
three
sense.
or 4 of the
What
first,
5 is going to hit like Nicky?
and first 3 or 4. How many 2s are hitting like Greg?
None.
Right.
Matt Hill.
Matt Hill.
That's it. So I'm telling you,
And by the
you're
way,
getting Matt Hill
by
that
the
has
way,
a position.
494 is a low year for Greg. 2 years ago, he batted .590, and if he's a career .550 hitter. You're getting a career .550 hitter as a pitcher, and you get Nicky, who can bat .600 with power.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
I think we beat that drum to death.
So you're Polzer.
Polls are at 11.
Have you ever made it past the semis?
No.
No.
Do you take Ryan Amato?
The only time he won a playoff series was the Tuscany Rose team that was me and Hempstead.
Would
We
you?
went to the semis.
How worried would you be about a guy missing games in a round you've never been to?
0.
So you would take Santa over Amato.
I think that Polzer's mentality is to win the
Shortstop.
next game. At all times.
That's a weird answer. That
I-
doesn't tell us any information.
So he takes Santa. Because I don't think he ever worries about anything down the road.
Oh, got what you're saying.
Like, this guy is unbelievable. He hits taters off me. I'm taking
You don't feel like Ryan's the best hitter? We just take this guy?
I would see Bolzer taking the best player on the board.
Yeah. So
whoever he thinks that might be Mickey Labs. We don't
shit, you draft the Schmitz. Some captains draft players, real captains draft the Schmitz. So it goes Santa, Amato, Santa.
They're the next two. They're 11 and 12,
right,
in one way or the other.
They're the end of the first.
Do you think Dave Myers takes Santa or Amita?
Yes.
Why wouldn't you take Santa Maria if you're
No,
Dave?
listen,
Is Dave out there?
Why did Beck get so disrespected?
Yeah.
What did we do for Becker?
I don't get it.
Because we didn't give his numbers with Greg, I'm guessing, in that.
Oh, no. Oh, gladly. I got the numbers right here. Becker. What do we think? Blind resume. Who's this?
I mean,
neither. Becker just wanted us to talk positively about it. This guy's really good at softball.
Neither Greg nor Matt Hill had 2 1s hitting in front of him.
Eric Becker had 7 homers, 634 average, and his 1600 OPS.
And then in the playoffs against me, you went 1 for 9.
Becker, not a 2.
You went 1 for 9 against me in the playoffs. Good job.
I love you, Becker.
You could hit the worst pitch in the league. Good job.
Congratulations.
All right, Becker, that might have been an oversight, but still, my point remains. All right, so now we're on what? Wallman?
We're on Wallman, and this is probably where I would say the draft starts.
Yeah.
Because this is where it opens wide up. Do you take somebody like Viggs, who's
I'll tell you another thing.
Like this animal, or do you take one of the more, like a shortstop, one of the more polished players?
It's tough because, like,
Pablo.
how do you not? You're getting your son as a 10, right?
I think they're an 8-9.
8-9?
No. I think I bumped to 9-10. 8-10?
8-9. 8-9. Looking right at it.
8-9. So your son is the very late lot 9 that's going to play in fair territory. You're an 8. What are Todd's? Let's.
Here's some Todd numbers. I love the number talk tonight.
Let's do it.
You gotta look at numbers.
You gotta look at the numbers that don't mean anything. All right, blind resume, ready? 11 RBIs. Let's go RBIs today.
Okay.
11 RBIs, 37 bases, 461 average.
Okay.
It's a good average.
And then there's a guy with 2 RBIs, 23 total bases, 360 average. Who are those two guys?
Todd, I think, is the first guy.
Correct.
Asinine that he's an 8.
460 is an 8. Wow.
The other one was Ryan. I was seeing if he would get it.
Was who?
Is Ryan.
His son?
His son. I was seeing if he would get it.
I will give his
You're
son.
going to tell me that he is
an 8.
It doesn't make sense.
You're telling me that he's the 160th best player in the league, hitting 500 almost?
I love how Alex goes, you won't talk about your playoff stats back. Thank you, Alex. Playoffs matter.
And his 2 rounds worse. You're horrible.
And what are they going to say? He doesn't play good defense? They're going to go back to that fucking chestnut? He plays left field all game?
So I went through my rankings and I put 18 players in each round of the draft.
Okay.
Take this for what it's worth. Might not be worth anything. I'm useless. Todd had the 1, 2, 3rd highest average as an 8. And he has averages higher than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sevens on my list.
Wow.
Including 7 of those 18 are slotted by the board. So, of the players that I'm using my bias on, 11 of them, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of those hitters, a couple of rookies. But Todd is as good a hitter,
hit better than
average-wise.
Hit better than that.
The 7s they rated as 7.
Probably 6s too.
Justin Krause rated as a 7. Todd Wallman is better of a softball player.
But they look at Justin's speed.
I don't
care
want
about
to
his
sound
speed.
like we're tearing the
He
board
bunts
apart
to
rating
third
wise.
base.
It's just easy. It's easy reference.
Yes.
When it comes to comparing players.
You know when you
I just
hand
want
in
that
your
on the record.
homework in 4th grade and you're the first one done and your teacher goes, "Are you sure you want to go back and check it?" And you're like, "No." And you go sit back down and you fucking fail the test. You can't blame the teacher for making for grading it. Like, how much time How many years have they seen Todd Wallman and all these other guys that they're rating? It's not like this happens in a vacuum over a span of 24 hours and they have to crunch in. Like, him being an 8, again, is crazy.
He was a 9 last year.
All right, so at least they moved him up. At least they moved him up.
I thought he was like an 8 last year. That's crazy.
We lost a full round of talent. If you're going to move him up, he's got to be a 7.
Well, if he was a 9 last year, they moved him up a full round.
But I'm saying he's an 8. He was an 8 last year.
I agree with you.
You got...
Especially when he's a late pick, you make him a late 7 instead of an early 8.
It seemed... Because the reason why... And
So,
again,
no,
I'm not,
back to
I'm
Marty's
not trying to trash these guys either. It's not easy.
Who does he take?
Who does he
Who
take?
does he take? It's just crazy. It's crazy. Like,
How do you not take Villani and get Mike? Because you're going to get a nice pitcher, too. So you're going to have shortstop or left center.
So
you
you
have
get
complete flexibility.
You can
You're
draft.
getting Todd.
You
You're getting
can,
Mike 7, Todd 8, and his son 10.
That's a
Three
really
guys that
good
play
point.
fair territory.
I see your Nick Villani, and I raise you maybe a top 5 hitter in the league.
Viggs,
David Vignapiano.
or you
Yes,
take
but will
Pablo,
he take a rookie?
or you take Pablo.
I would like Pablo.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
To your question, will he take a rookie? Is David a rookie?
Yes.
That might be the dumbest thing I've ever
This
heard
is
you
it.
say.
This is not a...
David is a young, inexperienced player in the league. David is not a rookie.
He's not in the traditional sense of rookie, no. But what I'm saying is, he has no body of work yet. Todd seems like a very litigious man that he probably would need to see David do it a second time to believe it is real.
So then you won't take Pablo then.
Absolutely not.
Pablo's different because Pablo's going to play a top 5 defensive shortstop. But I go back to Villani. Because I think Pablo might hit maybe 30, 40 points higher than Villani. Push comes to shove. And if you teach Nick Villani how to stop hitting the ball in the air so much, he probably hits 100 points
I
higher.
wish I had your speed. I'm so happy.
That's why, so you could just trot the first with it?
If I tell you,
I'm trying for 2. I'm trying for 2.
if I'm telling you you're 7 and 8 are hitting 500 basically, I mean, come on, that's great. You're gonna take a pitcher right away in the second. Now, if you like the shortstop, like Foster is there maybe, or if you like the left center outfielder, great, great. You can do whatever.
Okay,
and if someone like Will or the Monacchios drop, guess what? I got the best fucking center outfield in the league because Nick Villani's back out there, a top 4 outfielder.
Yes.
So like, you have you have fashion and function all in the Villani.
Hold on. Blind resume.
Sound of that, dude.
Blind resume.
Passion and function. Do you think Nick Villani would be better or worse if he added more accessories?
Nick Villani and Mike Villani.
Back
are
there,
the most
Viggs is
fuckable
very
combo.
good defensively.
Do they need more or less
They are by
accessories?
far the most fuckable combo in the league.
Viggs or Matt Hill both same defensively. That's not true.
No, I disagree with that.
Viggs is better.
Viggs is the best defensive third baseman in the league.
Right. Play
Matt,
right
I would trust Matt Hill to play shortstop over Viggs. But David Vignapiano is the best.
The
third.
limit does not exist. See, Dennis, as he knows how fuckable the Villanis are.
Correct.
They don't need
Correct.
anything. I would
So more or less accessories.
Villani as an accessories icon.
I think
Can you have a
Dennis.
blind
Get him on the
resume?
squad. Is he on the
Hold
squad
on.
then?
Dennis, we need you
Blind
to blind
resume. Blind resume.
accessories.
Danny Minacchio.
Senior,
Nick
junior.
Villani. No senior. Nick Villani. Danny Minacchio. And give me another guy that goes in the 6th round.
Mike Villani.
Mike Villani. Sorry. Mike Villani. Danny Minacchio.
Dan Mann.
Jr. Give me another guy that goes in the 6th round.
This year or last year?
Just in anybody.
Dave Meyer.
Dave Meyer.
I like that option.
Blind resume. Here we
Blind
go.
resume. We don't know who these 3 players are, folks.
He was our 1-1.
2025. All right. I like this. One of these players, we should already know the stats if I've read them a couple times, but we got an 1100 OPS, 443, 51 bases. That's Villani.
Mike,
You know that.
yeah, for sure.
Yep. This player, 48 total bases, 488 average, 1000 OPS, 1100 OPS. Sorry,
That's
a
got
little
Dan
bit lower.
Jr.
A little bit lower. The next guy, 37 bases, 416, 930 OPS.
That's Meyer.
That's Dave Meyer.
Yep.
So how is Dan Minacchio slightly a little better, one round full ahead of Villani?
Crazy. They had 83, 82, 81 plate appearances each. Villani looks. I see Dan Minacchio
play right center.
More.
Yeah.
I would say like Dan is in.
Well,
that
he
Edwin
plays right
area.
center in 2 different positions.
He's in that Edwin tier because
Marty
of
knows
what he
this.
does.
Dan Minacchio plays right center from right center and plays right center from second base.
I've never seen.
Shane, where are you?
One of
I'm playing
the-
second.
one of
Hey,
the
you're right as far as center fielder.
One of the greatest plays I've ever seen was a routine fly ball to Sean Danzer in right center. He was playing on the warning track, and Dan Minacchio ran 175 feet into right center, sliding backhand catch. He was closer to the warning track than he was the
Second
infield.
base.
It was unbelievable.
Dan starts second base,
Edwin
50 feet out.
Edwin Valentin and Dan Minacchio.
What did
are
you
the
say?
same
What did
player.
you say about Dave Meyer earlier today?
I said that Dave Miner looks unbelievable, but he's too skinny. I was uncomfortable.
Did I coerce
I was
you?
uncomfortable.
Did I coerce you into saying that?
No, I brought this to your attention. I said, hey, should we maybe get Dave some help?
Yeah, but Dave wants to be skinny. He even said yesterday.
Sick
His
jersey,
wife-
by the way, Davey.
Yes, his wife looked at him yesterday and said, "Where you going looking like that?" And Dave's like, "I'm going to locals with the draft." Like Dave was like, "My wife gave me a
surrounded by
compliment."
70 men.
He goes, "My wife gave me a compliment. I
How
might
many
get
of
laid
those
when I
70
get home."
it's good.
He didn't get laid when he got home, but he thought he might. Like, he was excited for the fact that he thought he might have got laid when he got home, but it didn't happen.
Okay, so
He
you're
thought-
Tom Wallman, you take David. What if I tell you, you know that you're taking Fred or Ed with the second pick? Does that change?
I take Pablo.
Absolutely changed
I
that.
take Pablo.
Okay, so let's
Am I
say,
letting my second round pick dictate my first round pick?
yes. If your second round pick is a pitcher, because like we stated earlier,
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I think it's horrible, horrible reasoning.
we're not here to. We're
I know.
We're not here to debate
I
the
know,
reasoning.
I know, but can we talk about that concept? Because if I'm letting my second round pick dictate my first
Martin,
round
if
pick,
we're going
I'm
in-
not drafting
if-
the best player.
If we're going in the 5th round, you
listen,
need to put a priority on that.
If I'm
position.
Wallman,
there's no pitcher between
We've-
2 and 5.
We've done this analysis enough to be comfortable to say that Fred and or Ed are going to Wallman in the second round. We've done. I think we know enough from
so you
our
take
conversation.
Pablo. You have to
You
take
cannot
Pablo.
take David if you're
You
doing it.
gotta take Pablo.
But I don't.
or Villani.
I take Pablo. If you're telling me shortstop's a premier position, which I believe is the most important position,
You don't think Villani can play not as well as Pablo?
no.
You don't like the optionality of him?
Because-
Is Dan Trzynski still out there? Who are you taking, Pablo or David
I
Vignetti?
take listen, and Ben's gonna give me shit for all the shit I talked about Pablo all year. You take Pablo.
I think if you're taking Fred or Ed, because you know in your slot, there's no pitcher at 3, there's no pitcher at 4, there's no pitcher at 5, unless you want to overdraft someone. Then you're talking about letting someone that doesn't actually pitch all the time, letting someone new pitch, letting someone older pitch,
I have a question
or
for you.
taking Josh Walker a full round earlier to beat all the other buzz,
Or get you to the semis.
right? You could. But I think even in that world where you're going to live, if you're going to live with Josh Walker, which I don't mind living in that world, you still want the premium shortstop.
Pablo.
I agree. Because
So
Well,
here's my
they
question.
take like a Klecko or someone in the
Clicker.
3rd
Do you think
and get a bat.
so? Fred and Ed are very controlling pitchers, right? Do you think they mesh better with Vig or Pablo? Do you think if Ed is pitching and he's like, "I need you to move over,"
Are you playing Figs at shortstop?
well, you're gonna have to.
I mean, I don't think that's true.
Who's he getting late 3 to play shortstop?
That's a good question.
Monacchio, Pargament,
It's-
Lotion. It's
You're
You're not. Listen, you're not winning with Joey Parkman at shortstop.
You could take the
You're
best
not
player
winning
at
with
one,
Woloshyn at
but you
shortstop.
have to reach later.
You have to take him in the 4th round.
Or you can take Pablo
That's
and never reach.
All right, let's give him Pablo.
I think so.
Okay. And then Lombardi.
Vic said, if Lugos is hitting in front of me, he'll lead the league in runs.
No, he's not because
No,
go
he's
to
not
first
fast.
base, Bubba. Go to first base.
Also,
And whoever
you're gonna hit a double that he'll turn into a single for you.
No, I'm sending David to first.
It's not even that. If Fred's on first and Vic hits a double, Fred's not scoring.
Correct.
If I'm taking
Fred
David,
might turn it into a single.
if I'm taking David and I'm saying I'm putting him at third or right center because I don't think he might not be good enough, that means I'm reaching on a shortstop that can't hit and I'm reaching on a left center fielder that's not going to hit. So who the fuck is protecting David?
Nobody.
Right. No one.
Fuck.
That means you got to reach
Best
for the wall machine. You got to reach
And
for
guess
the
what?
argument.
Fred is sitting in front of Dave. You could go to first and you could go to fucking first. This guy's hitting into a double play.
That's fair.
I'll let Fred hit because if Fred hits a double, I will throw one in face. Go to first. Have a nice day. Fred went to second base.
Right, yeah.
That's fair. All right. Pablo to Wallen.
Yep.
14 Lombardi.
Yep.
Dennis O'Connor.
He tries to take.
No, he'll get Dennis too. Don't worry.
He'll get Dennis. Lombardi
I
takes
guess I'm
Dennis.
giving too much credit. Figured he has. Fred has 0 wheels.
I don't know. He's a little.
Fred's 45 years old, people. Can we stop?
Yeah.
Like he's not 32 with
Fred
wheels.
doesn't want to score from first on the
No.
single. A ball in the gap.
I think Fred would have a great time pitching, or Ed, with Pablo behind him.
I agree. That's
He'll
fair.
listen.
It helps them a
He's
lot.
young. He's mobile.
Completely
It makes
fair.
you look better up the middle.
Pablo it is.
And he's going to hit 500. I don't want to say that Pablo is a much better hitter than Nick Villani, but I think he'll be for a higher average than Nick. He might hit less extra base hits or whatever, however you want to call it. But Pablo to me seems like the next pick is Lombardi.
Yeah.
How do you not take Junior? It's Villani or Junior. How do you not take
Well, what are Lombardi's rated? That's the problem.
Lombardi's are an 8-11.
11? Yeah.
So they can fit the
They
junior
can
combo.
fit the junior combo.
And they're
Take the junior
they're
combo.
buds. And you're
They're buds?
Yeah.
Who's buds? Jim and Paul? We know their pals.
But if also your Jim Lombardi doesn't look nice, getting 4 picks, your 13's covered up.
Go take
less-
a nap for a little bit in
Right.
the middle of the draft.
And he can still get a premier person at 2.
Yeah, and he gets.
Did you
a
remember
nice-
It's actually it also
Conti-
helps the whole Kevin as a 4 thing because you take him as late as possible.
Just what did you
Junior
do?
be 1 overall.
Conti doesn't have a
Get
2.
the most out of Kevin.
Right.
Conti doesn't have a 2,
Correct.
right? You have a
Micah
pitcher.
doesn't have a 2.
Michael doesn't have a 2, so he has the second pick in the second round,
And he doesn't need a pitcher.
where you can say,
Third.
I could take third pick.
Third pick.
Well, no, Conti and Michael have picks.
And the
Third.
Conti.
Goddard, Pollock, Lombardi.
Conti's taking Greg. So Conti takes Greg. That doesn't matter to Jim. He's never taking a pitcher.
Correct.
So that's 1 less pick. So about 3 less picks out of the 7 in between his next 2.
So Dennis O'Connor
Dennis O'Connor,
could fall to him at 2.
Matt Hill. Well, who's next? Goddard. Is David still on the board?
Lombardi, yeah.
So,
Lombardi.
so if he takes
Pollock, Goddard.
Mike Luchinsky,
Right.
Jr., right? It's now Pollock.
Yep.
Who does Pollock take?
You get Mike late 9.
Who does Pollock take?
Someone has to think Viggs.
Gaglio or Viggs. They're to me a true shortstop.
And Villani
pitcher
is still
team.
on board.
And so Caputo's.
I think
The Kudos aren't even in the conversation yet.
What do we say? But these are people that are on the board.
No.
because Joe, I think, is too early before now. He's going to go before Rob Cord. He's going to,
Fair.
I think this is tough because I
Do
don't
you
want
know
to be, I don't want to be
take
biased.
Caputo? You know what takes Caputo?
It's not going to be Conti.
No,
It makes
no, no,
so
no.
much sense for
No, you ready for this? You ready for
It's
this?
Junior on the way back.
On the way back, Lombardi.
No,
Wow.
because Kevin's a 4. You're not.
Okay, so you're getting Joe at 3. That's fine. You're getting Nick as a 2. You now have a shortstop, a left center fielder, a right center
Fuck's
fielder,
Nick?
a second baseman.
Fuck's Nick?
Vince.
Vince is playing left center.
I would be.
You now have
100%.
everything you need.
Nick Villani.
Your whole entire draft is done, and your defense is insane.
I would take Vince.
Your draft is over. Just go.
You gotta go home. You gotta start.
I would take Vince.
Just give me the
over
best
Nick.
player variable this round. I'm going home.
Can we blind stat Vince and Nick? Because I think I would take Vince over Nick.
Vince and Nick.
At this spot, no, because Joe's an early 4 and Mike is the last 7. How do you fucking pass up on that? But we're talking about a 1-to-1 guy to guy. I think I would take Vince over
Okay,
Nick.
so all right. So either Villani's or Vince. That's insane. That's a steal. Like
Agreed.
your defense is set.
But
Let me tell you this. They're the same player. Ready?
No.
Doubles. I'm going to give you all these because they're so similar.
Are they?
So similar.
All right.
Nick Villani, 90 at-bats, 35 runs, 9 doubles, 5 homers, 2 triples, 71 total bases. He had 506. Vince Caputo, 85 at-bats, so 5 less plate appearances, 39 runs, same amount of hits, 43 hits.
Wow.
7 doubles, so 2 less doubles, 1 more triple, same amount of home runs, 1 less walk, same total bases.
Wow.
He had 531.
But now go to
Their OPS differs by .04.
Now let's go back to Kevin Klaczynski and Joe Caputo again. No,
Okay.
that's why I'm
but now the problem is you're getting
They're
Joe.
the same exact.
You're getting Joe.
Yeah.
The only difference why I would say you could take Nick Villani instead of Joe Caputo there, Vince Caputo there, because Joe Caputo gives you a good bat also, better than Mike Villani, is you can put Nick Villani as shortstop and Junior in left center. They're going to be interchangeable. You can't put Vince at shortstop. So your shortstop is Junior. If you take the Villanis, you then get Nick, and you go, you know what? Junior, play left
That's
center.
why that's a great Lombardi pair.
That's a great pair. Like, if Lombardi's watching this and goes, that doesn't make sense, you should give up your fucking team.
Because I think
Because
Goddard.
that's solid.
I think Goddard takes Viggs, right?
Yeah. Pollock would take those. Pollock is before Goddard.
Over Gaglio.
I think
I'm
Pollock takes
cool
Greg.
saying they're the next.
I think Pollock takes Greg.
Pollock takes Greg.
No.
Late, you get Nicky's a late 5, and at 2, he's
Is
still.
Matt not pitching?
Huh?
Is Matt not pitching?
He's not pitching. No.
Says Matt.
Says Matt.
Oh.
That's not what I hear.
I kind of like what he hears.
Yeah, but what he hears is fucking lunacy.
From
I'm
Matt.
here to lose.
From Matt.
You would be the first person I tell something I want everyone to know that isn't real.
Bro. Matt hasn't pitched in 3 years. Matt had no pitcher last year and threw out Krause before he threw himself out.
We went on a fucking 20-minute diatribe on how valuable it is to have your pitcher as a late 7. He is not stupid.
He's not going to pitch.
Mitch is a 4. He's got incredible.
That's a steal.
Right. So
It's better than Kevin.
I think you take David, right? You take the best bat because Gaglio, can you trust him all season? Sure. That means on the way back, they're not taking a pitcher, they're taking a shortstop.
Right.
Correct?
Yeah.
So Goddard would take David. I think the Caputos would pair great with them, right? Because they're 6'7" now. Then you have Greg goes to Conti, and then I think Baiko takes Hill. How does he not take Matt Hill? Do you think he wouldn't take him again?
He'll definitely take him again.
That means Pollock is going to get Gaglio and Viggs. Problem solved. But Matt has to pitch.
And
Would you rather have
you have to play
Ed?
Nick is still a good
Would
left
you
center
rather
fielder.
have? Would you rather have Gaglio and Ed 1-2 and Matt as your first baseman, or would you rather have David and Gaglio and Matt's your pitcher? It's not even close.
I'd rather have Greg, Nicky, and still have Gaglio as my shortstop.
That wasn't in his scenario.
It was not.
But I'm just saying.
No, because if Greg,
Would
If
you rather
Greg
have
is
Cole
gone-
and Martino
if
or
Greg is gone,
I'm saying that. But
if Greg is gone,
if Pollock takes Greg at that pick, right?
Conti takes Hill.
Okay.
Baiko
Gaglio?
takes Gaglio.
Baiko is the Gaglio.
I bet you a nice dinner that
Conti's
if
a fit.
Gaglio is there, Baiko takes it.
And then guess what? And you know who goes to Pollock at 2?
Who?
Pete K.
Okay.
And you still have a 550 hitter at 1, a 550 hitter at 2.
Right.
You have a shortstop. You got a 550 hitter at 4 and a 550 hitter at freaking 5.
What shortstop do you have?
PK plays shortstop.
So you're going to play an infield of Greg DeLuise, PK, and Nicky DeLuise.
No, you still have a 3.
the team would lose in the
So
championship?
you're picking a second baseman now with your third pick?
Whatever you want at that point in time. Take the best player available.
Sure. I love PK. Great.
Pez just
Him and Greg.
stressed you out with that team.
It just doesn't.
I feel your
it's
stress
It's
from
not.
across the
It's
shore.
not. You can't take a piece of information and not apply it to everything. The Pollocks are not going to take an outfielder, put him at shortstop. They're not going to take a pitcher one. Like, these things.
With Mitch being a forward, Mitch able to still play left center field. Like he still has, and he still can.
You will have to score 12 runs a game to win with that team. And you might do it. But if anything, I think it's harder to score the 12 runs a game than it is to try to keep someone under 8.
I don't think so. Not in this league. It's not easy
This
keeping
season?
somebody
Yes.
under 8 in underhand softball.
No.
It is much easier to stop people from scoring runs than it is to score runs.
In this draft,
If you don't
year,
throw the ball around, if your left fielder, every time you got the ball, sprinted to the infield and you didn't throw the ball around, you can limit yourself to
I
under 7
agree with
runs.
you on that.
Correct. That's how easy it is. Literally never throwing the ball overhand. That's how easy it would be to stop teams from
I
scoring.
just
8
don't
runs.
think this season we're going to see teams that are like multiple teams scoring over 12 runs a game like last year. We don't have the same level of talent. We don't.
I think there's a chance. I think because we lost some of the talent hitting wise, we also lost some of the talent defensive wise. It's going to make a difference.
I think guys can play defense better than they can hit.
I don't think so.
I mean, we're going to see.
I think hitting is easier than playing defense. And a prime example is look at Justin Randall. He got bumped up, and he's going to hit 480 or 475 this year, like he did last year. He's becoming a better hitter, but he can't hit. Nicky, like you said, no position, bats 550.
Okay.
But again, I think hitting is easier than fielding. So you're gonna score runs on teams easier.
It's
than
very
to stop.
hard in slow pitch softball in a 1 through 13 draft league to get 4 or 5 singles in a row. Very hard. You're going to have to do that multiple times, multiple innings throughout the entire lineup. Like, it is. Last year.
If you're telling me your first 4 hitters
Yeah.
on a team are all 500 or higher career hitters, except for one who has power, PK, Greg, Nicky, Mitch Pollock, and you get somebody in the 3rd round that also bats 550, so your first 5 hitters are career 500
So you're
hitters.
taking Klecko now? So your defense is PK, Greg, Nicky,
Every
Mitch,
argument, he just
Klecko.
adds another name into the wrinkle, and I
didn't
get
put
lost.
Klecko. I didn't
get
put
lost.
He
in
put
this.
Klecko in there, but that's not a bad bat. So you know,
No
you're
one's
telling
hitting 550 in late 3 in this draft, except for Klecko.
He didn't make it into late 3.
He probably won't because he hits 550. I agree. Listen, I love PK. I think the only way you can play a little bit. If you can play a bottom half shortstop.
Do you think PK's a better defensive shortstop with more range than Mike Conti?
Yes.
Yeah.
Greg's team was what? A little above 500 last year?
But
With Conti as shortstop. PK's a better hitter and a better fielder than
I don't know
Conti.
if PK is better than Conti.
Last couple of years, probably.
Shut up. That's. I'm trying to fill in a realistic guy of who they would think their defense would be in shambles. Shambles.
Dumb. People are taking us at end of 5, early 4. Shambles. Shambles.
Either of you gentlemen are a 4th round pick. I'm going to throw up.
But I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
so
not
the
making
first-
the argument that
the
we're a better pick.
The first pick at 5 is okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
much better.
Oh,
So much better.
Last pick at 4, first pick at 5, same exact pick.
Absolutely, completely different.
Or-
It's not even close.
TC. Make
It's
sure
not
you-
even close different.
What do you say?
Saying you're a 4th, saying you're a 5, all right, it's not
Oh,
so
it's not
bad.
that. Okay.
Doesn't matter. Don't ask what pick it was.
Yeah.
Was 72, 73. That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's the optics. It's the optics. You cannot possibly afford. All right, can we want to do Would You Rather?
I want to keep going.
I want to
Let's
keep
go
going.
to the second.
This is
You want
fun.
to keep going? All right.
So
second
Biko
round.
takes Hill.
Yep.
Who does Biko take it? Who does
He doesn't get
Goddard take it to?
Caputo, I think.
So he takes. So who do you have to take in the first? You have Goddard take
Viggs.
Viggs, then takes Caputo. So you're praying Viggs can play short.
Sure. I think he can. I watched him play against us for a whole fucking game. And the amount he affects that he's in the PK territory. The amount of bases he manufactures on offense will be greater than the amount he gives up, and he will only get better. And so I don't have a problem. If you're going to tell me you hit 650, 600 with Pop, you could go play shortstop.
So next up after that is
Who did we have Lombardi taking? I'm going to try to do this and
Junior.
share the screen.
Junior.
This
is Villani, right?
Hit Villani falling out first would be crazy.
So Nick Villani goes to
He's
Lombardi.
gonna.
That's a steal. So you got
Junior and Villani.
Junior Villani.
Either one could be
we
a
had
short outfield.
We had Paco and Viggs.
No, we had. Oh, who do we have Goddard taking?
Viggs.
Or was it Pablo?
No.
Pablo went to Wallman, Junior to Lombardi. I think Viggs. Oh, Gaglio went to Pollock, right? And
No, Gagg was blocking the second round, I thought.
No.
See, we lost ourselves.
Maybe Gaglio went to Goddard.
Yeah.
Because
Viggs,
Pollock went to
Gaglio.
Viggs.
Viggs, Gaglio, Greg.
So Pablo went to Wallman, right?
Yeah.
Conti took
Greg.
Greg.
Then Hill.
Michael took Hill.
And then the penalty.
And then the penalty, and then
Conti.
Conti doesn't get this himself.
Yep. Go for it.
Take him in the first, Alex. Don't be a bitch. Now, do you take Dennis
He
O'Connor?
goes, I would rephrase that. If Vince is hitting in front of me, he would lead in runs. Yes, because Vince is going to be on second base already.
My question is, do you take your Goddard, right? You took Gaglio.
Yeah. And by the way, Dave, Joe Caputo would lead the league in runs because he'll lead off. It would go Joe, Vince, you. So when Joe's on third base, you're sac fly scoring him.
Alex, your plan's in motion. You're like that airplane that crashed into the fire truck on the runway. Those are your fucking plans.
Oh my God, that's too soon.
So I think Gaglio.
Honestly, not soon enough.
If you're the Goddards and you have Gaglio, do you take Dennis O'Connor, huge bat, or do you take Vince, one of the best outfielders in the league, and Joe who's going to hit 600,
I think
550?
you take Vince.
I agree.
You take Vince.
And he can't take the Villanis because Mark is a 7,
No.
right?
You take.
So now you're Pollock. Do you take Villani? Do you take a pitcher? Do you take Ed?
You take the Villanis.
Because he has Viggs, right?
You take
The
the
lines
Villanis.
have to go at some point. They can't be here in this middle of the second round.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You take the Villanis, and Lombardi takes Dennis. I hate to say it. Dennis ends up on Jim Lombardi's team.
Dennis ends up with Jim. Congrats, Dennis.
Congrats, Dennis.
Enjoy the swag, baby.
Listen, blue and black will look good on you.
Matt is a 7, so Mike 6. Mike
Yeah,
would be a
so
6.
no Villani.
It couldn't be. I mean, it could.
It's early
Late
6.
Oh, early 6, late 7. Yeah, you can't do that.
So
Yeah,
Villani goes to Lombardi and
Yes.
Dennis O'Connor goes to Pollock.
Sure. And who did Goddard take? I missed that one.
No.
Vince.
Oh, because he had
Vince and Joe.
So Lombardi's get the Villanis.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Dennis is going to turn into a Jewish accountant before he fucking knows it on that Pollock team. Okay.
Dennis, what does Dennis do for work? He's home all day, texting the
You
group
don't
chat.
know.
He texts in our
Bro, like
fantasy chat
it's
all day.
It's all
That's
day.
his fucking full-time job.
DeMarco last night, every kind of 10 minutes would go up to Dennis and be like, Jim, he's over here. Jim, he's over here. Jim, Dennis O'Connor would like you to know that if you draft him, he would like to not only pay for the jerseys, but design them this season.
I don't know. Dennis?
Dennis would like to
He
design them.
can't design the jerseys.
He can.
Not Jim Lombardi's. Dennis would put some colors out there that Jim and Paul would have no idea what to do with.
It's got to be black and blue.
He wants to change up the vibe. He's like, in Sister Act when Whoopi goes, she's in the new habit, whatever.
Sister Act 2.
Yeah, Sister Act 2. Don't fucking look at me like you don't know the Sister Acts, okay?
I just said it to you. Sister Act 2. With the minute you said new habit, it's Sister Act 2. It's not 1, it's 2. Get your shit together.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Okay, so Dennis goes to Lombardi. No, he goes to Pollock. Lombardi takes Villani. Who's after that?
Wallman is Pablo. He takes one of the pitches.
Ed or
Ed
Fred?
Fred or Ed, yeah.
Or Fred.
I think he takes Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the value of Fred at that point is if Wallman gets a pitcher later on, Fred can play the outfield.
Reasonable.
Ed cannot.
Okay.
Reasonable.
And now we're back to...
Now we're to Meyer.
Who does he have?
I'm trying to connect this.
He takes
connection
Amato.
one. Hold up.
He had Amato.
If I can
No,
make
it's
some magic
Santa.
happen.
Who took Amato?
Polzer.
No,
I don't. We had Polzer take Santa. Remember?
Okay, so
So
Polzer...
yes.
So Amato... PK is gone?
No, PK's still there.
I'm trying to make this happen. Give me a sec here.
Why does he not take a picture there? He's not getting one of us.
He's taking PK.
So PK and Amato are playing together.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's getting Josh Walker.
Maybe. There's other guys.
I mean, it takes you 4.
I'll take the Brent combo 6. Let Russ pitch. He won a championship.
No, because the other one's a 7.
No. I thought the other one's an 8.
No, Russ Krause is a 7.
Justin, you mean?
Justin Krause.
Justin's a 7?
Your audio is definitely so far away. No, it's just Dom's just talking to himself on this podcast.
Is Justin Krause a 7?
Justin Krause is a 7.
Justin was ranked a 7, yeah.
So you can't take that.
Woof.
Whoa.
So you.
Yeah. All right,
Does he take Ed and give Pat Pingaro a stroke?
Pat's already having a stroke.
Yeah, because he traded his whole... Well, no, he didn't trade anything for once. Okay, so we'll get to Napoli.
Not yet. He hasn't traded anything once yet.
We're just a...
Correct.
I'm like such an... I only know Pat is the guy that trades away his premium picks, honestly.
Yeah, if Pat hasn't traded it away yet, I feel like you can absolutely lock in that the next 24 hours there's a trade brewing for Pat.
So Meyer has PK and Amato. Poof. What a fucking first 2.
I wish I could figure out how to get this on here. I'm struggling. Let's see. Let's give this a go. Hopefully this works. It's going to be terrible quality, folks, but hopefully it helps.
Polzer takes Santa, which means he has to take Leonardi. Who's the best hitter left? It's Leonardi.
Why does Dave not take AJ there?
I think PK was our best hitter, our best player last year. It'd be hard not to pair PK and Amato up.
Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
I think I fucked it. I think it's about to change. I think I fucked it up.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Thanks, Alyssa.
There we go. How about this?
I miss you too, sis. Appreciate you.
How about that? Does that help anybody?
Wow, let's do it, baby. Let's get to the end of the second, and then we'll do whatever last stuff we got going on.
Money. That's got to be it. That's got.
I don't
I
know.
gotta go at least around 5.
Does Pollock take PK
Not
over
5,
Dennis?
dude. What?
Hold on. Does Pollock take PK over Dennis to play short?
Has nobody taken Gaglio yet?
Gags is gone. He's to Goddard.
He's Goddard. He's just not in a different
Yeah.
color.
Correct.
Okay. If you're Pollock, do you not take PK to play short? And you have Viggs at third or
If you're Meyer,
No, if you're Pollock, would you not take PK?
oh, you do take PK there for sure.
Okay, so
over
then
Dennis.
Meyer takes Dennis.
So you're saying Pollock skips the Villani pick?
Well, you can't take him because you're gonna have to make Mike an early 6.
What about the Caputo pick?
The Caputo pick he can't because he would have to make Joe a 3.
3. Okay.
So, but Caputo goes right before to Goddard. Then he takes PK. Then Lombardi takes Villani. Wallman takes Fred. Meyer takes Dennis. Also great. You're going to put Dennis at first base. He's going to hit great for you. Polzer now has to take...
Dennis can play third.
Polzer has to take the best bat available just in case Santa misses a game.
Yeah.
And I think it's Sean. We just talked
Leonardi.
about how good Sean was.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
So what you're saying is Polzer's got to pray to God that Conti doesn't take Minacchio for him.
Polzer is the pretty.
Yeah, well, he could take the Parkmans. He could take Woloshin. They'll both be there. Woloshin's better shortstop than Matt. So if you're going to take...
Woloshin's not a better shortstop than that.
Yes, he is.
Better arm? Yes. Glove? Range? No.
You're telling me Jake Woloshin is not a better shortstop than Matt Minacchio?
Glove and range, no. Arm, yes.
Shortstop.
And I hate giving Matt any kind of credit.
Matt's a fine shortstop.
Matt's a very good.
You talk so much shit about
He has no
Matt
arm.
Minacchio.
He has no arm.
Talk shit about everybody.
I do.
You think Matt Minacchio is a better shortstop than Woloshin?
Matt Minacchio was a shortstop, made the
I do.
semifinals with him.
I do.
Interesting.
I do.
Listen, it's tough.
Jake is a little bit of a wild card in the sense that, like,
And
he'll
Matt
make the
hits very well.
craziest play. Jake will make the craziest play, but he'll, like, kind of botch the easy ones. Matt just makes the easy ones and never really has a chance at the... And sometimes that's just better. I think it makes it depends on the makeup of your
blind resume hitting. Matt Minacchio, Woloshin. Joey Pardo.
That's easy. We're not.
No,
I'm not.
Joey Woloshin and Matt Minacchio, blind resume hitting. You just put all three of them in the same category.
I did not. I just said defensive as a shortstop. That's all I said.
I think Matt's more valuable at short and hitting
I'll give it a look. I'll give it
than
a look.
Woloshin and Joey Pardo.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not
those
gonna
numbers
knock
are
it.
not great.
By the way, Joey Pardo got moved from shortstop halfway through the season because he couldn't play shortstop.
Is Matt better before or after a Yoo-hoo? That's fantastic.
A lot
Ooh.
of candy. A lot of candy.
After.
Big time candy.
He does bring a lot of candy too. So he brings a little. He's the candy version of Dom DeFalco's cookies.
How many times?
Jake.
How many times in a game would you walk
Man.
Ryan Amato to watch Dennis squirm at the plate?
Every at bat. Every at bat.
Don't do the blind resume while you got the thing.
I forgot. I already turned it off. It should change away. I forgot. about
Okay,
it.
so then after you have Alex. Is Ed still there?
All right.
Yes.
Ready? Matt Minacchio, Joey Pardo, and Jake Woloshin.
Okay.
One of these players had 43 bases,
Okay.
458 average,
Okay.
990 OPS.
Okay.
One of these players had 42 total bases, 389 average, 981 OPS.
Okay.
And the other player, 47 total bases, 480 average, 1020. So sorry.
1,
yeah,
2,
1020
3.
OPS.
1, 2, 3 is
Minacchio 1.
No, Minacchio's 3. Minacchio's 3.
Woloshin's 2.
Woloshin's 1. Joey's 2.
Joey Parliament was the first one. 458.
Oh, all right. So
990.
Joey Woloshin.
And then
So you're
Woloshin
telling
and
me
that.
you're getting a guy in the same round that's 380.
Yeah. I would take the Pardomans.
I would take Minacchio's. Because you're getting senior as a 10.
I would take the Minacchios.
Because Baldino won't be available in the 4th round, you jackass, Dennis.
Dennis is lost out.
Yeah.
This guy's a clown.
Dennis just was whacking off at the thought of getting to stand behind Ryan Amato all fucking year.
Exactly.
I'll walk Ryan Amato to get to you any day.
If you're in Goldfarb, how do you not take Becker again?
Seniors at 9. Yeah. Is he 9?
Yeah.
How do you not
Probably
take
correct.
Becker?
He's really good.
How do you take Ed over
That's one of the
Becker?
3.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
How do you take Becker again?
Becker over Ed.
If you're gold for
Yeah. And you have the chords.
because of the playoff game.
I would take Becker over Ed
How many guys?
Because you have
He
the
just
chords.
went through that with
because you have the
Cole.
chords. I don't want to deal with
Ed and the chords.
Ed and the chords together.
I would take Becker.
I would take
I
Becker
think I
and
would
the
take
chords.
Becker clean over Ed. Personality.
Right now, hitting wise,
Completely
yeah.
reasonable. I think that's completely
Yeah.
reasonable.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So who's after Gold Farm?
It goes back to
Your buddy
passing.
Glamour Marone.
Glenn Marone. Who does Glenn Marone takes? He has
Sailor?
Pastor, right?
Yeah.
He takes a shortstop.
No. Baldino?
He takes Baldino.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like a Glenn pick.
It doesn't.
No.
I think he would take Sailor.
I could take Dunleavy. That's his
in
guy.
his wedding party.
Kyle's and Glenn's
That's 2 horrible
wedding
picks
party.
over Baldino. Kyle Dunleavy and Sailor. Mr. Sailor, I can't produce in the playoffs.
Mr. Pez, can I ask you a question?
Kyle's gonna hit 600 no
Are we
time
making the correct pick or are we making the Glenn pick?
All right, so he takes Kyle.
That's my question. That's what you have to ask.
He has his left center
Don't
fielder.
forget, guys, this is all speculation.
By the way,
None
no.
of this is
So
correct.
my question is,
It's all spot on.
if he takes Pastor, taking Kyle doesn't benefit him because he's trying to play right center. So you have Kyle playing left.
He played left last year.
Kyle played left center last year.
No.
He had a different defense every
When
game.
I played against them, he played left center.
He had a different defense every game.
And Levine played right center.
I would love Jeremy Pastor in his fucking arm sling getting to the field while Kyle's driving his Tesla up with his telephone. Just getting to the... I would love the vibes of Jeremy
Just
Pastor.
a picture. Just to see what's going on in Jeremy's head.
Yeah. I think Sailor's the pick, but I wouldn't...
We're going to give him KD. We're going to give him KD.
Yeah.
Sean Leonardi went already, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
Is Baiko picking yet?
No.
Baiko
picks up to Frank.
It is now. It's picks
That's
after
right. Baiko's the
Kessler.
Shortstop.
So Baum and Blitt would be now up after Passion
AJ.
because there's a penalty.
Give it the same guy. He takes all the time.
AJ. See ya.
This just makes so much sense.
Yeah. Bye.
Glenn goes some new guy.
I think the only guy there to take would be Cooner.
DeRosa 2 before Baldino.
No.
Glenn doesn't. I
can't.
So, you know, you can like feel the presence when Glenn
I can't see
falls in love with a rookie. You can just feel it, like in the air, and then
Like
you see him
Arnell.
talk to him, and you just feel a little bit uncomfortable.
But he wasn't at any
I
tryouts.
never felt that. I never felt that.
He was never at any tryouts.
Glenn.
He went to the first one and then had his Virginia Beach tournament.
True.
Congrats, Glenn, on winning. And senior.
Cooner is the rookie of the year. You might want to check that spelling.
Dave, I'm the one drinking and you're making less sense than me.
Glenn loves DeRosa confirmed. Cooner definitely rookie of the year. Please check your spelling. Bomb and Blit is up.
Let me tell you this. This entire time, I didn't realize that David's name was too long, and I thought every time he was writing 3, because that's where he went last year and he wants to go there again. This is 3, David Vignapiano signing off. David, are you shirtless right now? Dennis wants to know.
Or you're wearing that tiny t-shirt again.
I think he takes AJ.
Definitely takes AJ.
Why not? And what, Frank is next after him?
And then it is LaRocca.
That is Laraco.
Yep.
How does he not take Cooner?
How does he not take Baldino?
Who does he have?
Is me.
He has no short.
Oh, Baldino, right.
Sorry.
Shortstop
My
right
fault.
here,
I
big
forgot.
guy.
Sorry. Marty is shortstop. Then takes Cooner.
I am definitely shirtless. I hate you. Wow, DeMarco getting a fucking shout out again.
Then the next pick is Baiko. Baiko takes Baldino. So it's the Hill Baldino all over again.
Is Frank crazy to take a pitcher?
Yeah.
Like he can't, like Fred.
So Pinheiro
Fred's gone.
gets Frecken.
Fred.
Pinheiro,
Ed is
no.
still available.
Baiko
Ed is
gets
still
Frank.
available.
No.
Yes.
Ed is still available.
So
how does Frank pass up on one of his best friends? Who is
because
significantly
he'll
better.
let you know what he could do?
He has
you know
AD,
what?
He's me.
so he takes Baldino.
No, it's
Ed is so far and away the best player on our board right now. It's not even close.
No, disagree.
You know what he does?
And
You know, listen.
to elongate Frank's shelf life and quality of game, he needs a shortstop
Okay,
caliber.
so let's look at it this way.
And he's got a pitcher in the 8th round. He
Ed
can make
is
this pick.
so much better than Chris Baldino.
So Frank is going to catch now? Frank's going to put all this time and effort into
No,
fucking
he
catch?
drafts Franken and trades him to fucking Pinheiro.
Fair. So Baiko picks after Pings?
No, Baiko
Baiko
goes
then
before
Pings.
So yeah,
LaRocca, Baiko, Pings.
Frank would do that for Pat.
If Ed,
Baiko gets fucked over again,
if
baby.
Ed, yes, correct.
No, because he gets Baldino.
He'll get
Frank
Baldino.
can trade you if
Right.
someone wants Ed. Correct. Rosenstock.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's say Pat and Frank flop 2, 3, 5.
Perfect. And then Ed that's something that realistically
Right.
that could very well
Right.
happen.
And
With
Pat,
I don't
Pat
see.
comes over in the room and goes, "Hey Frank, remember when you fucked me?"
I
for
don't
last
see
year?"
them swapping 3-5. I see.
Frank giving his 4 for Pinheiro's 5.
Yes,
Sure. Or his 6 for
something
5.
like that.
Frank passes on Ronnie, who works for him. Frank is pitching. I think that's different. Ed is a different beast than Ronnie. That's the only thing. It's just like I don't think Ed should be here at the late end of the second round. And at that point, you just have a really fucking good softball.
What if Goldfarb takes Ed and Becker's there? Do you still feel the same way?
I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Wow.
So here's my question to you. So now you went.
Neither does Pat Pingaro.
You know who Baiko takes instead of Baldino if Baldino's not there?
Who?
DiNapoli.
Sure, or Ed.
He won with DiNapoli.
Let's
I
say
can see him
Frank.
go with
Let's
DiNapoli.
say Frank loves Cooner, and
Everybody
takes Cooner there. Baiko takes Ed.
Sure,
I don't
let's do
think
that.
Baiko
Let's
takes
do that.
I don't think Baiko takes Ed. I don't think Baiko takes Ed too.
If only to punish a member of the board for the penalty pick that he had, he will take Ed.
Pass. That would be very
And
ironic.
Ed is the best player on the board.
I would agree.
Ed is liable to go within 4 picks of Baiko's 2 instead of the 13 penalties.
Ed lost half the gorilla and coming off injury, but he dresses like
He
he's
still has
ready
the
for
gear,
a joust.
baby.
Correct. No bench is
I don't
clearing
see-
brawl is getting the best.
So we're doing no trade, so Frank takes Cooner.
Cooner, yeah.
So we
Which-
start
that
to-
guy is so good.
You and Cooner.
That
Yeah.
guy is so good.
You could still get Foster and be okay.
Sure. We also just need
I
an
think
outfield.
Pingaro takes Foster 3 before Frank.
I'm a shortstop.
Maybe. AD, I think if you take him there, he's texted you 75 times. He's come to your door with a warrant. He's playing shortstop.
He's not going to Frank's house with a warrant.
He's going to Pingaro's house with a warrant.
Oh, no.
Pat is going to say, I'm going to do what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And DeMarco's going to say, you're drafting me one. This is what we're doing.
What about Bernstein? Rookie wasn't at the rookie game. Hard to gauge. Him and AJ Greenspan are, for me, are in the same boat.
He's
These
a little
rookies.
bit, he's just early 3, somewhere in there, I think.
Him, that dude Vesey is in the same boat.
I don't think.
Brad Goldstein.
I
too.
don't
Like,
think
none of
Baiko
some- he
takes
gets
Ed
rated,
there.
but some of these guys not
I
playing.
don't think Baiko takes Ed there. If Baldino's available, he's taking Baldino. He understands what he's getting in shortstop. You're not getting.
And then his pitcher is Josh Walker.
Okay. And he's okay with that, other than you now have Ed who can't move and Matt Hill is shortstop.
Ed who can't move.
He doesn't have a left
Yeah,
to
he
right.
can't move. His gear is literally.
Listen, Ed is very good here, and here. If it's to his right, like you already said, Matt Hill's range isn't phenomenal at shortstop, and I'm okay with that. Matt Hill's older; it is what it is.
I gotta let you know, dude. There's only 3 pitchers in the league that make up for that deficit. That's it.
It's not one of them.
Just he can't get. They're all gone. He can't get them.
I'm sorry. I don't think he goes Ed. I really don't.
I think he would go.
He would go to Napoli before Ed.
No.
I think you take Ed, and you have Hill, and your lineup is now so good, and then you just plan in the 4th, 5th, 6th round. You're not taking the best hitters. You're taking guys like Feingold, Nichols,
and Matt is playing shortstop.
and you have to.
And you say to
Yeah,
Ed,
they-
you're one of the best pitchers in the league. Your shortstop is a minus. You need to be better.
I have an outfield of Jason Feingold and Andrew Nichols and Chris Curdy. Have them hit all of the fly balls.
When you
in
get
the
the last one,
and you deal with that, and then you
Oh,
have
that
one of the
seems
best.
horrendous.
You have one of the best 1-2-3s in the line in the league with Baiko, Hill, Ed. That's unbelievable.
you got 3 guys that hit almost 600.
Mike was 5 something last year. Hill had 5 something last year. So did
It's
Sam.
almost 600.
So
But,
3
like,
guys that are going to hit 550.
Yeah.
That's great.
I said it to you before with the Pollock taking Greg, and you said no.
because the guys that you have to play positions like these guys.
You have no shortstop.
You have Matt Hill. How much worse is Ryan Amato than Matt Hill at shortstop?
I asked that on 2.5.
And what I said, a negligible margin.
I'm sorry. I just don't see him going Ed.
I'll
I
tell
don't.
you what. The version of Matt Hill that this league is going to see this year, you're going to say if we had that version, we would have won it all.
Listen, I'm the biggest advocate of Matt Hill.
But that's what I'm saying. You need to live in that world for a second.
We have put ourselves in a pretzel.
Okay.
That I think we need to come out of and moving on.
Is Ben Kessler up?
Pat Pingaro is up. Ed is off the board.
And he can't trade. So he takes the Napoli.
Over Becker.
Yeah.
See, I think
Or Becker's with Goldfarb.
I think Baiko takes the Napoli, and Fracken takes, and Pingaro takes Fracken.
There's a reason
I
why
would
Pat-
accept that.
The reason why is Baiko won a championship with the Napoli. He already Baiko's a creature of habit. He likes guys that he's taken for years.
I think that's completely fair. I'm willing to concede.
I'm not saying like it's a big difference.
I'm saying it is. It's a different guy.
Is it different?
DiNapoli's just as good pitcher. DiNapoli's a better fielder. And DiNapoli's going to hit, what, 20 points less than Ed?
Is it?
Yeah.
What did he hit last year?
Ed didn't have the best year last year.
And again, Ed's not hitting home runs anymore.
Ed had a fucking hernia through the season. No one can really do. I heard Matt Hill's going to retire. Matt Hill's going to get deported.
He's Spanish all of a sudden. Ice.
2025. Why don't I see 2025 in here? Let's go. Oh my God, they had such similar numbers. Ed, obviously, 57 at-bats compared to DiNapoli's 90. Very similar average, 465, 440, 444.
He had a fucking hernia the whole season. You know how painful that is.
I don't.
Ed doesn't hit home runs anymore, dude. He's a singles hitter now.
Never had a hernia.
He's a singles. I have it right now.
Ed in 20.
You're talking about hemorrhoids. I'm talking about.
No, I literally have a hernia. I've had it for the last 3 years.
And look how well you hit last year.
Look at what 2 years ago, and the year before that.
You're telling me you've had an untreated hernia for a decade now.
For the last 3 years.
Let me go from 2 years to a decade.
Like the text of an athlete, agree with the angry leprechaun. yeah, sure.
Kessler is now up in the second.
Who does he have?
He has Cole Fluta.
Who's the best outfit? Take Sailor.
Sailor. That seems like a reasonable pick. Faucic, maybe?
Sailor.
No. Sailor.
I mean, you can find the left center fielder in the third or fourth if you don't want to put Darren there, but you're not finding a guy that's in 600 like that.
Mm-hmm. And then it's Toronto.
But that's perfect for Ben because he picks a guy that doesn't produce in the playoffs.
And that's Toronto. Perfect. Is there a pitcher left?
You can have
Ronnie. No, it's Rosenstock.
Rosenstock. Yeah, he takes Ronnie.
Sorry, no, it's Seth. That's
Seth's one. Sandegate.
Seth, yeah.
Wow, he hates.
Wait, did we skip Seth?
There's a penalty. There's a 4-pick penalty for Seth in the second.
So we don't. So Sailor's gone.
Sailor's gone to Kessler.
The best outfielder is Faucic.
Their other options are guys like Pat Brock, Tony, JR, if you want to take them. You can go Yucko. Becker was drafted, yes, sir. You can go Faucic. Ryan Pacheco.
I think he probably goes JR.
You can take a rookie.
Who is
Bernstein.
Seth.
He's got stock.
He tries to have Santa.
What's the best bat?
The best hitter is probably Yucca or Pacheco.
Give me either one of those because Seth should play left center. I would take Yucco.
I'd take Yucco, yeah.
Yeah, you can put him at third. You got a brother at third. You pay him at second.
Yeah. And then
Toronto's going to steal it too.
What steal?
Stock takes RC easy.
He doesn't take RC. He takes Yucco there.
No.
Stock. Seth just went. Took.
Oh, he took Yucco?
Yeah. He's got to take RC there.
At 2?
Because RC's not making
Toronto and Tom have the chance to take him. If Stock wants RC,
and there's none left. No, you know who's got a pitcher left? Kessler, Marone, LaRocca, and what's the other one?
Paulson.
No.
Marone, Kessler, Drzezinski, 12.
Taking Ronnie's at 2.
So the last pitcher gone before me and James
is Ronnie Collins.
Is the second to last pick. The third to last pick in the second round.
You know what Toronto takes?
Who?
Dom DeFalco.
James Mazzillo?
Nope.
Who?
At that point in time at 2, you take Baldino and Nick goes to left center field.
Yeah, I forgot Baldino's still there.
Easily.
So who has AD? Vingaro.
Took Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Seth doesn't need him.
No, he's got Sandegate.
Who took Yucco? That was Seth.
I mean, me and LaRocca could have taken it instead of Cooner, but
who does he have?
Cooner.
Could you play short?
This guy fucking knows ball. This guy
Because you could take Foster.
By the way, I want to take a picture.
That's what Kings is looking to do in the third.
I want to take a picture of a guy's hat.
Because then it's Tom, and I think Tom just takes like Eddie Faucic because he gets an outfielder.
So does LaRocca not take Baldino?
He probably in hindsight he probably would over Cooner, but I don't think like Cooner and Baldino for the sake of.
What would he let you take shorts? Would he let you play shortstop?
If we have Baldino, Baldy can play short.
Will he pass on Baldino, take Cooner, and then take Perugine and a couple outfielders?
I mean, I would hope so.
That's the move.
If
That's the right
Frank
move.
is drafting me, I hope he calls me on Saturday. He's like, here's my plan. And I'd be like, okay, listen, here's my plan. Let's do this instead.
You want a premium shortstop? You already took it.
You already got one.
Yeah. But, I mean, in the grand scheme of
it-
things, if we're looking back at this draft, whether it's Cooner to La Rocca or Cooner to Toronto and Baldino to the other, it's the
Yes,
one
correct.
those players are going in
There's
those
one way
specific
Nick
picks.
Toronto plays his best position,
Yes.
and he gets a premium shortstop.
Like, and I told it at Toronto when they had the draft before that everything. I said, if Baldino falls to you, and he said to my brother, I said, your brother plays left center, and you have a defensive shortstop at the end of 2.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not?
So now we're looking at Tom,
It's Tom.
who right about now wants to murder me for
All
pulling
the
this ball
pitchers,
for him.
all the pitchers are gone.
Everything's gone.
Best outfield. He needs an outfielder probably. Fauci.
He's looking at a sheet about to throw up. Last year, he looked like he saw fucking ghosts when he thought he had to take me in the 7th round. Now he's staring at the barrel of his old buddy Tom. Oh man, this is gonna be a rough season for me.
Tom's gonna take you at 2 and say, "Fuck you." You take.
We're ruining it together.
What's
You're
going?
babysitting Colin and Lucas on Sunday mornings.
This is what you
You're
get.
a fucking best.
This is what you get.
Shut the fuck up, Dennis. Fucking asshole. What an asshole. Alright, so he makes one pick here and we're done with our little mock.
Yeah, that works for me.
Is it Bernstein? Is it DeRosa? It's DeRosa.
To play second.
It depends on
Left
how.
center.
It depends on how risky.
So he goes
Tom's
DeRosa, Eddie Faucic. 2-3. Done. He has second base, left center field.
Eddie makes so much sense to Tom because he needs just a sound left center after his experiments last year without
Correct.
the most
And
experience.
I'm a fly ball pitcher, Tom.
True.
And then you get DeRosa 3.
Or Bernstein.
Or
one of the
Bernstein.
rookies.
Eddie, you're coming on the diet with me, baby.
AJ Greenspan if you like that kid for some reason.
Yeah,
you
Becker-
so much out of him.
Wait, where did Becker go in the second round?
Becker went to
Gold Farm.
Reunited. And they're going to take Doug, control the weather.
Yep.
Perfect. So
The Qs control everything.
Fuck, that was-
Too far.
that was
It
a
was
two
funny.
round pod.
It was funny when I found the line. What you said was
Can
too
they
far.
control my bank account and put some money in it? Like, please?
They can and they won't.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
tell you that.
They're like,
They'll
name
take, it
ends.
out of it, they'll take it out of it and just keep
There's not a lot to take out, but yeah. Name ends and available, can't add that.
You know what
Sorry.
they'll do for you? They'll give you unsolicited advice you didn't ask for.
Exactly.
For free.
What else?
Doug
What else
Nestor
are you
told
most
me-
excited about?
By the way, I'm happy with, we constantly bought shots on Doug's tab last night.
On Doug's tab?
Dude, Conti every 2 seconds.
Doug's tab.
Conti every 2 seconds.
Thanks, my mom.
When, well, he already has his pool, went on
Yeah,
vacation.
Yeah.
Doug's tab was open, and Conti goes, "We need 5 fireballs." And Mary goes, "Whose tab?" And he looks and goes, "Doug Cohen's." And Mary goes, I need a confirmation. Doug's across the, yo, Doug, good? Doug's like, I'm not giving you guys a fucking thumbs up. Fuck that. Walks over, takes a shot with us. He goes, "That's fine. You can put that in our tab." Mary took that as every other shot we ordered, Doug's tab. 5 minutes
Wow,
later,
what a
5
good
minutes
guy.
later, Conti goes, "Fireballs, Doug Cohen." At 1:30 at last call, Conti goes, "Fireballs. Is Doug Cohen's tab still open?" She goes, "No." He goes, "Fine, Greg DeLuise."
Let me tell you, Mike. If you're awake and watching this, which I know that you're not, I want you to text me and let me know if you not getting to choose a ball out of the rotary until the second to last one was better, or if the free shots were better. I want to know.
Free
Did
shots.
it make
walked
up
up
for
with
it?
some random dudes playing weights and
Did
started.
you hear about that?
Yeah, one of the bikers.
He ate the pagan's wing. The head pagan who's sitting there with his cowboy hat. Plate of wings.
The head?
Each, yes,
Hold on, the head bacon?
that was there.
What the fuck? Wait, the head bacon?
You didn't see that?
You can't be the Grandmaster? What is going on here?
Bro, he's sitting there. The guy with the cowboy hat and the 5 rings that were all skulls. Sitting there, orders some wings. It comes down. Doug's ordering a drink.
The
reaches-
Pagan King.
reaches over, grabs a wing. The guy looks at Doug and goes, "Bro, those are mine." And Doug goes, "No, dude, I thought they were Greg's." He just fucking throws Greg under the bus. This guy's not happy. Doug's apologizing. You can tell he's pissed. Doug's like, "I'll order you new wings. I'm so sorry." Doug turns to me and goes, "You got my back. I look, it's all for the Pagans. I go, no, dude,
I'm on their
Like,
side. You took that guy's way.
Like, dude, no offense. Like, one-on-one, yeah, Doug, I got your back. It's 5 versus me because you're going to fucking Facebook Live film this shit. And I'm going to get killed. So, no, I don't got your back.
He'd be like, what's the difference between James Pizzullo and Darren Drapkin? As you're fucking fighting 5 people. Yeah.
Oh, what annoying.
The head pagan is so good.
That's what happens when locals we don't get enough food at locals.
Oh, my God.
You know who else never went 1-1? The head pagan.
Head pagan didn't go on. I went 1-1. Marty went 1-1.
Winston Churchill, not 1-1. Head pagan, not 1-1. James Mazzullo,
1-1.
Tom Carroll, Mark Blackburn.
Marty got 1-1. Listen, you can see it. We're 1-1s. Come see us.
That's a great company.
Yeah,
It's a great company, 1-1s.
Right,
one of those teams would win a softball game.
One.
Oh, shit. Anything else, fellas? It's fucking midnight. We've been talking for so long.
Sweet, I get to eat chicken when I get home.
Me and DeMarco standing right there. Of course, he asks you for help.
I'll say, dude,
Two big fucking idiots.
This has been consistently our biggest podcast all the whole time. People have been locked in. Yeah.
You said it was 50-something viewers at one time?
Yeah, we reached 50. It's been in the high 30s the whole time.
That's awesome.
It's been very cool.
Um,
It's been a fun night. It's fun.
I would say that
BWWs.
right, Buffalo Wild
If you're
Wings.
interested, please reach out to Rich. He's trying to get a head count. It's open
You
to
should
the
have
draft.
done it already. Do it tomorrow morning by like 11 a.m. If you
By the way, I got to give that guy does a lot
yeah,
for both leagues. It's tough for him this year. He said the guy donates. He did a thing for MVP for Buffalo Wild Wings, doing it for ARC. He donates to charities. He donates to tournaments. The guy bought white gloves to bring the trophy out yesterday.
That's fucking awesome.
Like, he donated to my charity last year with a $50 gift card.
donate to the
Rich Hartley's a great guy. And I feel like he doesn't get enough credit from this league or any league to give him a lot of love.
And Evan Abramson, I just want to say he's an asshole. You shouldn't draft him.
Dennis? Who?
Evan. You know, Evan had
Don't violate HIPAA on our airways.
he wanted me to tell everybody. He gave me
He has so what Evan calls, there's a really technical medical term, but it's actually in layman's it's called anal fissures. And I want you all to say a prayer for Evan.
He doesn't have anal shit.
Shoot him a text. Shoot him a text message, see how he's doing, ask about his asshole.
So, Evan woke up with no feeling on the left side of his body, thought he had a stroke.
And your asshole can make your face do funny things sometimes.
We're so far off the rails.
Yeah, you're right. That gummy really got me.
He goes,
I love Evan.
Evan's a great guy.
Such a great guy.
Holy shit.
No.
You know who's a great
Long
guy?
story short, get well soon.
Yes.
Evan's
Evan.
bubble.
Reach out to Evan. He would reach out to you. Just see how he's doing. Tell him you're thinking about him. Excited to see him. He would be very appreciative.
Does anybody have any location on Matt Hill? Is he alive? After yesterday.
Matt Hill.
He's supposed to go to Biker's party. Didn't answer a text. Is Matt Hill alive after finding out that he's going to go to Lombardi? Like, can we make sure he's
I'm
not
saying, but I think Matt's trying to drink his way off of Team Lombardi right onto Team Goddard. So he's in exceptional shape.
Choose your own adventure.
He was so excited and to not so excited, which was hysterical.
Dennis and Matt Hill, same team for Team Lombardi. Lock it up.
That'd be fun.
That'd be a great team.
What a fucking it would be a great time.
They'll be in the playing game for September 9th, but it'd be a great time.
Let's wrap this puppy up here. How do you describe? Let's hear what you describe this upcoming Sunday as.
Electric.
Well,
Stole my word.
That's a good word.
A lot of people want us to do a pod on Sunday night. You're not going to be around. John's not going to be around. I'm thinking maybe I'll set up one live camera and just talk shit about every team.
You could do that. But we will be back. I think the plan is me, you, Hemp. We're going to do a
Wednesday
draft recap. I'm planning right now for Wednesday. Worst case, we'll do next Sunday.
What's happening Sunday night?
The next pod will be. I mean, I might be able to do Sunday night while I'm down on vacation. We could
Let's
talk
do like
about
an
that.
8 p.m.
Yeah. I gotta see what my plans are for. Well, I'm on vacation that week, so I gotta check with the schedule makers.
Alyssa, figure it out.
Not her.
Okay, Lynn, figure it out.
Yeah.
Because Lynn's definitely watching this too. So
Absolutely. She's locked in.
we need from 8 to 9:30 free from your baby
We
boy.
need at least 2 hours.
For the draft, easily 2 hours.
Yeah, but we could do it in 90 and then do a bigger one, kind of first reaction.
Lock it in.
Put it in the cow. Get your palm pie.
All right, folks. Anything else on this fine day? I'm very excited.
Now, I would like to apologize for all the things I said when I wasn't paying attention about who would watch them later.
No, you don't. You're not sorry.
I'm remorseful.
No, you're not.
I might be indignant, but remorseful.
He's just trying to go in the 5th round and not the 4th to Tom Carroll.
Dom should be suspended 2 weeks for being an
Dom is
asshole.
going to take me the last pick of the 4th just to be an asshole. I know he will.
Here we go again. I think we have to end this before we get into this again. Should we talk about Matt Hill versus Amato as a shortstop defensively?
Ooh, I get to eat meat now, so I have to be 12.
All right, folks.
I can't.
Thanks for watching. Enjoy. Best of luck.
Congrats, Nicky Labs. He's getting married. Say congratulations.
Congrats.
Today. Congrats, Nikki.
Peace.
Have fun.
The birthday. That's not how it works.
He goes.